Oh my gosh. Guys, look. It's the return.
It's Sonic.
And more importantly, it's the return of It's the return of Rystar Orb.
Ooh.
Wahoo!
Wahoo!
This is what we're here to see.
Finally, we're playing a good game again with Rystar in it.
I do miss Rystar.
Rystar
good
approved
experience.
video game.
How do I back out again? I don't remember.
You tell us.
I don't remember how to do this. Uh-oh.
Oh, Clue, we
Oh,
just
no.
started.
Okay, I got it. I got it. I fixed it.
Everything's good.
Oh, Christ. Hang on. Rewind is left. Quick save is gonna be, or no. Frame skip will be. Yes, replace. And then, quick save will be. There we go. Okay, and then mode. Yes. Z is L1, X is, that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Y is up, left stick, Y. Replace with. Yes, obviously. Right? No, yes. There we go. Okay. That shouldn't have been that hard. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into mods. Official Sonic 3D Blast Director's Cut. Coded by the creator of the original. We're gonna be playing the Director's Cut of Sonic 3D Blast.
Ooh.
Sega! Yeah! Oh, yeah!
Look at
love
those
this.
chunky
Fucking
pixels.
go.
Director's Cut, wiggly wiggly. This menu's very different. Level
So
editor?
cool.
Shit! No! Spoilers!
Ah!
Don't mind me. Cheating is fun and easy and it's free. Speaking of...
I would never deny that.
Alright, so I guess let's just get started then.
Ooh.
Actually, before we do, throwback to my very first stream. Quark, would you do me a favor
Yeah.
while we get started? Would you look up the manual to this game and read the story for everyone?
Sure.
It should be available on
It's
Vim's
Sonic
layer
3D
somewhere.
Blast, right?
Yeah, it should be available on
Okay.
Vim's layer or Sonic Wiki.
Okay.
But let's get started.
Sonic 3D Flicky's Island.
Flickies
There's
are
Sonic 3D
mysterious
Blast.
birds. They live in another dimension and can travel anywhere through large rings.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Tag yourself. I'm the blue one that zoinked out of its mind.
The English story prologue found in the original
Robotnik
Western
learns
manual.
about the Flickies. I will change the Flickies into robots and have them search for the Chaos Emeralds for me. Using the infinite power of the Gemeralds, I can conquer the world.
The what's?
The Gemerald.
The Gemeralds of the Gemeralds. Sonic.
Are you just reading this yourself?
I'm
or-
reading. Is this what's written in the manual?
Not that I'm not
Okay.
the one I'm
Sonic
looking
visits
at.
sees friends, but only thing it finds are robots. All right. Well, the cutscene will be over in just a minute. Robotnik made my friends like this. I must save them. Robotnik must be stopped. Sonic starts to defeat the enemies in order to rescue the Flickies who are trapped inside.
So cool, Sonic.
Look at him go. Go, Sonic! You can warp through the big rings with the help of the Flickies. Chase after Robotnik and defeat his plans. Defeat his plans.
Yay!
That doesn't sound grammatically correct. Survey says... I don't know.
We may never know for sure. Okay.
Alright, go for it.
Okay.
Oh,
the
shit!
English story,
I'm fast. Sorry, I had
English
a
story
moment.
prologue.
Go.
The English story prologue, found in the original Western manual. Flicky Island under siege. Sonic and his friends are off to visit the mysterious Flicky Island.
Ooh.
According to legend, the island contains precious gems, among them the Chaos Emeralds. Sonic must find the Flickies, mysterious little birds who hold the key to finding the gems. Flickies are rarely seen, and it is said that their existence is tied closely to the location of the Chaos Emeralds.
Really?
Meanwhile, Dr. Robotnik has hatched a new scheme. His target this time is Flicky Island. He has detected the presence of the Chaos Emeralds on the island. Upon
Figured that.
arriving there, Robotnik immediately starts setting up intruder defenses and begins building the robots he loves so much.
He does love those robots.
He does, but Robotnik needs to find the Flickies to place inside his machines. Suddenly, in the distance, he sees a bright, shining dimension ring appear. A flock
Oh my
of
god, it's
Flickies
Knuckles!
fly out.
Alright, cool.
A flock of Flickies fly out of the ring, perch on a tree branch, pick up some food, and then disappear into the dimension ring. So they live in another dimension, do they? Ha! I found the secret of the Flickies! The Flickies travel freely between dimensions using the dimension rings. Without wasting any time, Robotnik develops a new device, the Dimension Ring Generator. He captures Flickies from the Flicky dimension.
From the Flicky dimension.
Using his new device and begins turning them into robots. Later on, Sonic and his friends arrive at Flicky Island and find the place in pandemonium. Sonic sees the crazed doctor busily placing the Flickies into his robot cells.
Just actively shoveling them in.
Yeah,
I love
Sonic
that
yells.
visual of Sonic seeing him shoving birds into robots. It's very funny.
Yeah. Sonic, again? Well, no matter. With the robots I've created using the Flickies, you'll never be able to stop me. At last, I'll be free to find all the Chaos Emeralds and rule the world! Sonic realizes that he must save the Flickies by freeing them from the robotic prisons and sending them back into the Flicky dimension.
Send them back to the gay bird dimension.
More importantly, Robotnik must not be allowed to find the Chaos Emeralds first. Time to go, Sonic!
Yay!
Zone descriptions. Green Grove Zone. The hills are alive with the sound of camshafts, engines, and various other machinery.
God
The
damn
Flickies
it.
have been turned into nasty robots, and it's up to you to guide Sonic through Green Grove Zone.
My birds got shot with a gun and they all scattered.
That's unfortunate.
Sounds
No,
like a
my
skill issue.
birds!
Rusty Ruin Zone. The ruins of the fabled continent of Atlantis were brought up from the depths when Flicky
What?
Island was created.
Sonic,
Yeah, okay.
Echo the Dolphin, shared universe?
True. Robotnik has fitted the ancient booby traps with modern machinery, making them more dangerous than ever.
That's a very Robotnik thing to do. Trick out the
Dark
ancient
and
ruins with his
gloomy.
machines.
Dark and gloomy, some parts of the Rusty Ruin Zone are drenched in fog and rain, but Sonic has a job to do and nothing will dampen his spirits.
Yay,
Spring
Sonic.
Stadium Zone. This area is a crazy funhouse of pinball cushions and
I'll
bumpers,
be the
springs, and not so friendly spike traps.
I'll
Hone
be
your
the judge of
jumping
how,
and bouncing skills
of how
here.
fun those things are.
Diamond Dust Zone. Did you
Oh, I
bring
love that
your
one.
Sonic snowboard? The snowy mountains of Flicky Island are filled with icy snowblowers, frozen paths, and rivers of
wait, no.
slush.
Ah.
The occasional snowfall doesn't even faze Sonic, but watch out for snow-spitting snowmen and uncover snowy springs to make your way through this zone.
Wow.
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 Volcano Valley Zone. Quite a change from the cool slopes of Diamond Dust. Leap the lava beds and go with the flow. Use the Sonic Spin Dash to activate the elevator. And keep an eye out for fire seals to save Sonic from suffering a hot foot.
A hot foot.
Gene,
Just a foot. The rest can be
Just
hot.
one.
It's fine.
just one. Gene Gadget Zone. This mixed up mecha zone is chock full of pipes, tubes, and wiring. Not to mention electrified floors, shocking beam weapons, and industrial fans that will blow Sonic away.
Oh no.
Ruh-roh. Panic Puppet Zone. Looks
That's
like
a,
Robotnik
that's a pretty
hasn't
good
even
name
had.
for a zone. Not gonna lie. Panic Puppet.
Looks like Robotnik hasn't even had time to place the flickies into robots here. Sonic
Tails,
must
hi.
be catching up to that evil genius. Bounce in the containers to free the flickies inside, and make sure to avoid the bubble guns infesting the area.
Bubble guns?
Yeah, the
Ow.
bubble guns. The bubba guns.
Alright, so I'm
Bubble
gonna,
gun.
I'm gonna try streaming on your day on work. Yeah, cause I wanted to, and cause Sonic makes me happy. Even the weird, dumb Sonic games like this one, that I exclusively like. I could have started with Sonic Adventure, and no one would have batted a fucking eye. If I wanted to, for the 3D Sonic Marathon, no one's gonna hold it against me if I don't want to play this game. But I thought it'd be I thought it'd be cool to play this game because I've never played the director's cut, which is what I'm playing, by the way.
Thought it'd be foolish to play this game.
I thought it would be foolish. I got an extra life. This does look silly. Wow! I love this the pose Sonic makes at the end of it. Hang on, let me rewind just so I can see it again. Whoa! He looks
That's
like
not
he
a
has...
pose. That's a frantic flailing.
But yeah, I think the most I'll be using save states for in this is, unless I get really close to getting a game over, I will probably only use it for the sake of getting all the Chaos Emeralds, because, not that I think I'll need to, because from my recollection, the bonus levels in this game are, like, comically easy. I remember when we played Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, and I compared the games there to them, and then I lost, and then you were like, you were all like, oh, well, not so piss easy now. And I was like, well, yeah, no, I said it was like it. I'd never, this has difficulty. Oh my god, 1 AM for the Splatoon World Championship. Well, you gotta do it for Perlina, winning the Willa tournament. Everyone else says it like that, right? Like, internally, in their head, they say Willa, right?
Yeah, and Mlem.
Yeah, Willa and Mlem. I'm glad that's universal. I do love... Okay, you can't see it very clearly because of the shield that's up right now, but I do love how Sonic just fucking stands there on the... No, my birds! Oh, they're
Literally
fine.
nothing.
No,
we just standing.
like, this pose when he stands on the... That. He just fucking power stance. The news at Worlds is Perlina's canon. Buy DLC Wave 3 for their marriage. Exactly, you
If
get it.
only.
Save. Oh, that's cute. It's got a password. Alright, Quark did some reading.
R3DPYX48S.
Quark did some reading. Dragoni, would you mind looking up a description of the Sonic 3D Blast director's cut and find a description of what is different? Because I haven't played this game in a hot minute, so I don't remember. Ooh. Tell the recital person good luck. And by that I mean break a leg. Whichever one you're supposed to say. It's been a while since I've seen a recital. Ow, my rings!
Break their leg for them.
That's definitely concert etiquette.
According to speedrun.com, in the original you had a set amount of friction while moving on the ground, meaning the same ability control moving at slow or high speeds. In Director's Cut, you have 2 stages of friction. Higher than normal friction at slow speeds, and a slippery friction at mid to high speeds. So you have a little less control when you're
Yeah,
at high
so-
speed, but more control at low speed.
Yeah. So basically it controls better, which is good because I can't use my control stick for this. My control stick is not cooperating. So I have to use the D-pad. For a 3D game like this, it's not nearly as good as... Not a great experience, but it'll be fine. I'd rather do that than
I'll
wrestle with my
live.
controller settings. Exactly.
Speed shoes make you faster
Yes.
than they did in the original, and you're invincible while moving.
Oh, with the speed shoes?
Yeah.
Oh. Goody.
When you're jumping and you collide with a wall, you lose less speed
Oh.
than if you
So-
collide with the wall on the ground.
So generally the game feel is just much nicer.
You get a higher bounce while jumping on an enemy and holding the jump button.
Now the Knuckles!
And Knuckles.
He just stole 23 rings and didn't do anything.
What's his problem?
Thanks, Knuckles.
I think it's 50. It's usually the 50 rings to get to the bonus stage, so I gotta get more rings before I go back and see him. Ow, my shit!
Here's a better list. Your speed cap is increased.
Mhm.
There's a stage select screen now.
Yep.
That wasn't in the original. If you get all the Sonic medals, you get a reward. Or it just shows it, I think. You lose less flickies when you get hit.
Oh, so you lose them like one at a time, or like two at a time, rather
Yeah.
than all. Yeah, that much
That's
I
the
did.
time trial mode.
That
Camera
I
moves
did,
better.
I did know the flickies, the reduced flickies thing was a thing in the director's cut. That's one of the details I remembered from the Sonic hacking contest, which is an awesome thing. That the fact that the original creator was able to enter his own game, like his own original Sonic game, into the Sonic hacking contest is so fucking cool. Like he still had to learn like modern hacking tools and all that to change it, but the fact that he was able to do that for his own game is really cool. Alright, let's go back and find Knuckles.
The camera's got better
Knuckles.
movement. Hitboxes have been made a little cleaner. Mostly of the goals. Moving platforms are less likely to have you just fall through them.
Oh, thank God.
You can now only get one Chaos Emerald per zone.
Per zone, okay.
If you do another special stage, you just get an extra life on Knuckles.
Yeah, but I gotta pay a visit to my boy Knuckles.
Supersonic exists.
Oh, fuck, nice. Yeah, before the 7 Chaos Emeralds were just for the true ending.
You take more knockback when getting hit. I think this is the speedrun.com, so we're kind of focusing on that sort of thing a lot.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, generally a lot of quality of life improvements. But again, while Sonic, officially Sega of America and Sega in general, can't really acknowledge the fact that Sonic hacking, Sonic hacks and whatnot exist. One of my favorite things is the fact that fucking what's his name? The guy that worked on Sonic Mania.
Yuji Naka.
No.
The insider trading guy?
Yeah, the guy. Yeah, that guy. But no. My brain defaulted to Tim Fallon. No. Everything is either Tim Fallon or Grant Kirkhope in this house. No. T-Lopes did the soundtrack. Whatever. But he basically they're like Sega of America is just like Christian Whitehead. Thank you, Len. Also, hi, Len. How's it going? But Christian Whitehead, Sega of America, is basically just like, yeah, we got Christian Whitehead, the guy that did Sonic Mania, it did Sonic Mania, and what did he do beforehand? Don't worry about it.
We don't know.
Like, we legally cannot disclaim what he did before this. Because
He did Sonic Mania and some other nondescript things.
yeah, he's all you need to know is that he's qualified.
He just emerged from the ether with Sonic Mania already completed in his pocket.
Oh yeah, I think this is also new to the. If you notice, off camera, it shows the flicky icon. I think that is new to the.
I was mentioning the guy. I wasn't sure if that was a new thing or not because it's a little unclear.
He did he did the ports to mobile, which are generally considered to be some of the best versions of those games, and those versions were also very frustratingly delisted when Origins came out. But yeah, so Christian Whitehead, like the whole thing is like, hey, we got the guy that helped with the ports of the classic games on mobile to do Sonic Mania. What else did he do? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Fuck Origins, man. I have my problems with Origins, but the game feel is good enough. You know, like it's close enough to it that I don't really.
Good enough is never something you want to hear. Oh, goodbye.
Like, okay, like I think that it's good. I think that it's close to it, but the thing is that there are a lot of Sonic purists out there, and while I am definitely not one of those,
Sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely not huge on my pure classic Sonic experience. It can definitely sour the look of things when they... Like, I think they could have justified keeping the originals out. Delisting the other games is my problem with it, because the versions that they sold in Origins are not the exact same, and that's what people are frustrated about. But I also think that the versions that they have listed in Origins are good versions, and anyone saying that they're bad versions of the game are, like, overreacting. And I think making classic games available in any capacity is good. Like, the fact that you can still buy 3D Blast as part of this thing. Yeah, and also they do add a substantial amount of content in the DLC, which is dumb. I still think that the worst thing about Origins Collection, though, is the fact that they excluded Sonic, Knuckles Chaotix from it, but included all of the Game Gear games. And Sonic Blast on the Game Gear is hot ass, dude. Like Knuckles Chaotix is not fantastic, but like Sonic Blast looks like a shitpost. It looks so bad. Oh man. Anyway, Rusty Ruin. I love this theme. Also, the color scheme for this area is very good. Ow. Oh shit, that's right. I knew I forgot to do something before stream. Whoa! Spin! Ow! Shit! Funny green flicky. Ow!
Oh, funny green flicky.
I was about to exclaim in fear over Charmy Bee, but then I realized it was just a regular bee. Ah, regular bee! Do I have two birds with me? I do. Okay. Tails?
Hey, Tails.
Oh, this means I can get another Chaos Emerald. I love these little fucking alligator dudes. Look at their little animation.
They're just vibing.
Unfortunately, they have a sentient being inside of them, which means that it's unlawful imprisonment.
Oh well.
It's really fucked
Yeah,
up that
well-
Eggman canonically is capable of making an entire like cybernetic race, or like just creating an entirely new population or like new kind of Tangle mod where Tail latches onto the wall and other players. So basically, you can play 3D Chaotix with Tangle. Oh my god, that sounds delightful. Ow, my birds! Got him. Alright, oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, fuck. On the note of, oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh fuck. On the note of that. On the note of that, yeah. Sonic Superstars is mid as fuck. I just had that thought because I remembered, like I was thinking about. Oh my! You know what I just realized? There's a new 3D Sonic at the end of this long chain. Frontiers isn't going to be the end of this marathon anymore. It's going to be Sonic Dream whatever the fuck. Sonic Superstars is fine, and that's probably the worst thing about it. After Mania, it had huge things to huge expectations to live up to, and I never thought in any world was it going to beat Mania for anyone. But the thing about it is Wikipedia accidentally summarizes it the best with its analytical impersonal style of writing, where it says fans reacted more positively to this entry fans did not react as positively to this entry as the previous entry, Sonic Mania, but reacted more positively than the entry before, Sonic 4 Episode 2, which was just like, wow, that is damning with faint praise if ever I've heard it.
I forgot about Sonic 4.
Yeah, for good reason. It's dog shit. It's kind of bad. Don't tell me what. Are you playing Sonic? This is the 3D Sonic Marathon, dude. I'm not playing Sonic 4 if it kills me. Unless there's a... like... Okay.
Unless you pay him $100.
Well, then yeah. But there are so many more games that you could pay me $100 to play that would be way funnier than Sonic 4. Sonic 4 is just kind of boring, which is the worst thing a Sonic game can be. Most games can be. Sonic 4 is 3D? No? I mean 3D in the 3D aspect, not 2D, not 3D characters moving in 3D. 2D characters.
Not 2.5D.
Yeah, not 3D characters moving in 2D. I'm talking about 3D proper. Like Sonic Colors has a lot of 2D sections, but there's enough 3D sections to warrant including it in the 3D Sonic
And also
Marathon.
Sonic Colors rules.
Yeah, also Sonic Colors fucking rules. Superstars wouldn't count then? No, Superstars is 2D. I'm talking about 2D platformers or 3D platformers. I'm not talking about if the characters are 3D or if the models are 3D, because technically this doesn't count as 3D. This only counts as a 3D platformer game. This does not count as 3D models. These are all sprites. I was wondering why there were no fucking robots around, and it's because I was exploring the wrong goddamn area.
Look at this gay little twirl.
There's a gay little twirl to piss off Robotnik.
I
Oh, I hate that hedgehog.
Oh, I hate that hedgehog!
These gay little twirls piss me off.
Ha! Does a gay little twirl to piss you off? Stop that! Where's my bird?
Bird.
Oh, there. How did you get all the way down there? Also, I don't have nearly enough rings to do the bonus stage. Ow, my birds! Yeah, so for the complete list of 3D Sonic games that I will be playing for this marathon, I'm actually going to pause for a second, or stand still for a second so I can think about them. Yeah, no, you're good. There's Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic Adventure 2, I always forget what order the next ones come in. Sonic Heroes, then Sonic, then Shadow the Hedgehog, then, Sonic 06, tragically, Sonic and the Secret Rings, Sonic Unleashed, Sonic and the Black Knight, Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations, Sonic Forces, Sonic Frontiers, and Sonic Dream World bullshit. I can't remember the name of it. But that one's on Apple Arcade, so I'm waiting until it gets ported. Are doing Project 06 instead? I will do Project 06 at the end. I'm playing it on my PS3 first. Because, I feel the whole point of this marathon, the whole conceit of this marathon was that, it was going to be, before Frontiers released, it was going to be a big, review of, yeah, PS3. It was a multiplat game. That's, like, one of the big things about it, is that it was the first big multiplat Sonic game. I have heard far worse versions about the Xbox version, if I'm not gonna lie. No, my birds! Ah, my birds! Regardless, it's the version that I own, and I'm not buying a fucking Xbox for for Sonic 06. Are you fucking kidding me? Jesus. Okay, you know what? I'm getting these birds, and then I'm going and dropping them off at the ring. Or no, I can't even do that, because the ring's past this point. Shit, my birds!
You can't hold on to those birds, can you?
Not my birds.
Okay, my birds can just hang back for a second. I need to go and hit those stupid poles. Got him.
Nice.
Alright, time to go get my birds. But yeah, if Ant Dude does some very good Sonic videos, but he also did a series of videos on the SpongeBob games after he played Battle for Bikini Bottom, the original, in anticipation for Rehydrated, and he was like, what's all the hubbub about? And then he was like, oh yeah, that's a pretty good video game actually. Ow, my fucking rings. And then people were like, well, now you have to play the movie game, and so he played the movie game, and then it just didn't end, and he just played all of them, and eventually he made a tier list of all of them, and the ones that he specifically did not play before making that tier list was all the ones that were exclusive to the Xbox 360, because he was very determined to not buy an Xbox specifically for SpongeBob. Like... That would be just the most ridiculous.
Which is fair.
Yeah. Like, I can play Sonic on my PS3 just fine. It's the version I had growing up, and it's the version that I will be returning to. It's my old stomping grounds, and by stomping I do mean stomping, because god damn it, that game pissed me off as a kid. I did not get past the first area for a long time because I could not beat that fucking orca to the gate when I was real little. It doesn't help that I only had the opportunity to play it at a friend's house for a good while, so the only zones that I could really experience of this cool new 3D Sonic game that I didn't really know anything about was the first stage of Sonic's campaign, which I could not get past, and the one where you play as the weird new white guy. Alright, so don't let
There's
me
a joke
finish...
there, but I can't find it.
Well, yeah. The joke is that it's Sonic 06.
Fair enough.
Yeah, the game makes it for you. I do need to get around to watching Light Arrow's Silver campaign video. The caucasity of this hedgehog. Spin.
What is twirl?
I do love the sheer comedic effect of Sonic, known for curling into a ball, just fucking spins the wrong direction. Wrong axis, motherfuckers. I do need to get enough rings for the zone. You know what? Let's drop off these birds. No, my fucking rings! Let's drop off this bird. Okay, that was just stupid. There's a lot of perspective fuckery in this game, not gonna lie.
Early 3D games be like that.
Especially isometric platformers. Fucking... You know what? Got him.
Bonk.
Yeah, this is more of a novelty as a brief stop on the history of 3D Sonic games before we get to the main course, which is my Sonic Adventure revisit. And I mostly just wanted to do it because I have a great deal of affection for this game. Not because it's necessarily that good or anything, just because it's kind of silly, you know? Sometimes you just want to make a silly little hedgehog do a gay little twirl in 3D.
So what is the relationship again between this game and Sonic 3D Robo Blast 2 card, whatever it was called?
Sonic Robo Blast is a fan game that was made in the Doom engine. Sonic Robo Blast 2 is a sequel that is in 3D. Sonic Robo Blast is not very good or notable for many reasons. But when they decided they were going to make a sequel, they decided it was going to be one of the most banger fan games ever. And then they decided, you know, it'd be kind of fun. The way that this controls reminds me of like a kart game. So what if we just made a kart game, and then that's how we got Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart, which is just a delightful combination of words. Oh, come on. But yeah, there is very little like direct connective tissue between them.
Okay. Man, the name threw me off.
Yeah, that's fair. No, come on.
I'm very red right now.
Robotnik ring racers? Is that a thing? Okay, hang on. Oh, there we go. Speed. Oh. Oh, come on. Ooh. Ignore that. Ignore that too.
I refuse.
Sorry, it's a little hard to ignore.
Yeah, the CRT filter is a little bit blatantly obvious. Ooh. Alright, got 50 rings. Where's my man Knuckles? I'll even settle for my boy Tails. Oh wait, you know what I just realized? One of the things that this version... Ooh, hang on. Oh shit. No, I need those rings. Sorry, I just decided you can't have those. Decided the game didn't get to do that to me, actually. Alright, Guy in the chair, Dragoni, would you mind looking up a map of where Knuckles and Tails are on this map?
What is the level called again?
Rusty Ruin 2. Oh god, they collapse too? Jesus.
Okay, Knuckles is in a weird little platform in the middle.
How middle?
There's a door. Like, I'm see if I can figure out where you are right now.
Well, I'm by the moving platform, so if you can find out where that is, then...
I'm looking at a static image, so...
Well, it should be the gap with the one...
Okay, no, I see where you are.
Yeah.
Okay, so... Go down here. And follow this wall. Okay, on your left. Jump down left here. Oh, can you not do that?
Nope, not over the
Shoot,
green.
okay.
I can go down like this.
There's a door next to him. I'm not sure where it comes from. Go down right. As much as
Down
you
right?
can. Yeah.
Okay.
Those spike balls now left.
Left? Okay. This
You
door?
open that door.
I
Yeah.
cannot by spinning into it.
I'm pretty sure that door leads to Knuckles, but I'm not sure how to open it. I mean, look that up a little
Oh
more.
shit, okay.
Oh,
I just spun
smash it.
I just spin dashed into it. Owie! My body!
Ouchie, your bones!
Oof, ouch, my bones. Yeah, like I said, these are easy as piss. The numbers don't go up any higher than 50, 100, and then 150, and it is exceptionally easy to tell where you're going in this one. Like, they basically this whole game is if you took the premise of the original suddenly 3D half-pipe of Sonic 2 and put it into a game where the rest of the game is in 3D. Sorry, I gotta undo.
It's easy, you said.
Yeah, but I'm piss poor.
Stop pissing on the poor.
How dare you say I piss on the poor? Oh my god. Got him. First try. And you can't prove otherwise. That was dumb. That was very dumb. Chicka-chicka. Alright, now how do I get back to where I was?
Back where you were.
Oh wait, you know what I can do? I can just fucking... Ow! Just get shot.
Die.
That's a good first step, is to just... Doink. Ow. Oop. Ignore that.
Yep. Doing a great job not abusing that rewind feature.
Cheating is fun and easy and it's free. Oh, you know what? I could check. Nope! Not checking that anymore. Okay. Ow. I do have quick saves that I haven't loaded, so if I ever encounter like a catastrophic thing I can't come back from, then I can just use that. So I really shouldn't shy away from if I just fucking
Screw up and die.
If I screw up and get a game over, I can just reload to before I got game over. Okay, that's just annoying. Okay, you know what? I'm committing to my word now. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that anymore. Also, the 10-minute timer's not an issue in this particular version. Oh
You
my
say
God.
with 50 seconds left on the timer.
Well, I was at 10 minutes before, and oh my God, this fucking game and its jank ass hitboxes. Where's my last bird? The rings just fucking vanish on you a lot of the time in this game, unfortunately. There you are. One of the reasons that a lot of people prefer Sonic 3D Blast on the Saturn, which is not what we were playing, is because it has a map. However, I grew up with this version, so fuck you, we're playing this version. Also, the Saturn version didn't have a cool director's cut. Oh, Christ, there's more.
You still want to know where Tails is?
I don't think I really need to get to Tails, because I can only get one emerald per zone. At least all these birds are close together. Come on.
Whipped.
What have you been playing recently, Dragoni? What have you been up to?
So you know how I got back into my white Nuzlocke
Yep.
that I've been leaving on the table for years?
You've been
I
grinding?
also picked up a little bit, but I also re-picked up the Alpha Sapphire Nuzlocke I've been sitting on the table for several months. So I'm doing that as well.
Is it radically different when you go from one to the other? No, my birds! My birds! My birds!
Nope. It is definitely some, like, the type differences that we're getting used to, and just the... Because one's randomized and one isn't.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's probably the biggest distinction between the two. That, and I also bought Unicorn Overlord because it looked interesting.
What is that game?
It's like a strategy thing on Switch.
I did see you playing that. On
Rather
the Switch the other
complicated,
day.
but fun.
What about you, Quark? What have you been playing recently?
I finally finished both Hylix games after
Ooh.
putting them off for years. They're incredibly good. I really love them. That was a fantastic little experience.
Would you?
Um,
I mean this genuinely and no shit posting, Quark. Would you accurately call Hylix like an actual postmodern RPG, like in the literal definition of postmodern?
I guess I don't really know what postmodernism really entails, if I'm honest.
Cool. Whatever. Neither do I. That's fine. But I do know that Hylix is very good, and you have
It's so fucking good.
the fact that it has your stamp of approval on it, because on the surface it doesn't seem like the kind of game that would, like, at least to my understanding of your taste, it doesn't seem like the kind of game that would really catch your eye. But if the fact that you, I might just not have as good of an understanding of your tastes as I think I do. Is really what it
I
comes
really
down to.
like weird art styles.
Okay.
Like, the thing that immediately grabbed me about Hylix was that it was in claymation.
Mm-hmm. It
Like-
looks like a like it looks like a game that was envisioned in the 90s.
It's a beautiful looking game, honestly.
Honestly, from what I've seen of it, honestly, the most appealing thing to me in terms of its art style is the fact that it's not particularly beautiful. Like, the main character is kind of gross looking.
Okay, let me let me the thing with Hylix is that there is such a human element to it in a way I don't really see in a lot of other games' artwork because of the claymation.
Okay.
Like, you can see fingerprint marks on the world, and like you can see where hands were squished into things, and there's something about it that's just really gorgeous to me.
Like if ToeJam and Earl was made by Aardman Animation,
Sure.
I guess aesthetically speaking, that's I guess that's the point of comparison I've come up with, I guess.
Yeah, and the enemy designs are very surreal and like disturbing in a pretty way to me.
I will definitely, like, first impressions for it for me is always just ugh. Like not in a oh god, that's so unsettling, like more in the way of that's like that oh yeah, I am invincible with the speed shoes. But it is a little unsettling, but in a way that I feel like is kind of intentional, in the same way that there are a lot of like 90s cartoons that went out of their way to be kind of gross looking. Like Ed, Ed and Eddie is uncompromising in how shitty it looks.
Yeah, I really like how Ed and Eddie looks too.
I do too, but the character designs are horrid. But horrid affectionate.
Horrid affectionate, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I will have to give Hylix another look. I don't know if I have the RPG bug in me right now, because I'm already playing through Persona 5 right now. So
yeah.
what I might do is I might watch Veggie BLT. I might watch his VODs for that, because I caught the very tail end of one of them, and I was like, I have no fucking idea what's going on in this video game right now, but it looks kind of cool. And he had a cute little PNG tuber where, like, his regular avatar where he's got the sandwich head. Instead of that, they made it look like the character from the game with the curved head by just having a big bite taken out of the sandwich and pushing his face downward. It was very funny looking. I'm getting distracted talking about video games. There you are. I kept thinking that bridge was a bridge I'd already crossed. But yeah, I've been playing Persona 5 Royal recently. I've been using a YouTube playthrough by Big Clingy and also the All Confidant events, aka the Ace guide from GameFAQs, so that I can see all the unique things. But mostly I just wanted to experience Persona 5 again, because Persona 4 is really, really good, but Persona 5, in terms of overall gameplay, I think is just very good. I'm using the control stick again. Oh my god, it's a giant mech. cat
Are there any
paws.
boss fights in Sonic games that are not giant mechs?
Giant stone mech. Sorry, I should have clarified. Also, yes, King Boom Boo and Chaos, all of Chaos. But, not gonna lie, those are all I can think of right now. Also, I guess you could say, Metal Sonic is a small mech. And not a giant mech. Oh, fuck. Big thing in the ruins with 2 floating hands. This has never been a boss fight before. Ever.
Not once.
There is one bit from... I miss Screw Attack. Not because I would particularly identify with their content right now or anything, but just because the particular genre of content that they made back in the day was very good. Stuttering Craig was his name. Here was his nickname. But he did a video where it was the top 10 worst Zelda bosses, and there was a companion, like, obviously it was a companion to the best ones. They were talking about Stalord, in the best one, and, oh shit! Eggman! No, Gomez.
Hey.
Thank you. How's it going, Gomez? But yeah, Spring Stadium Zone. Well, this is a delightful change of pace. Oh god, there's springs everywhere. I should have seen that coming.
Those red dots were just for show?
I thought they were pepperoni. Worst Zelda bosses, Moldorm Link to the Past. It's true and you should say it. But yeah, that was actually one of them. I think it was like number 8 or something on their list. And I say I think because I can't go back and see it because Screw Attack shut down. I have a story about that I tell every once in a while, and I'll tell it after this. But basically, Stuttering Craig was going through... No, it was Nervous Nick. It was Nervous Nick and Stuttering Craig, I think, that were doing it. Also, I just love those nicknames where they just take their regular names and add an adjective to the beginning. It's just kind of a fun little thing that they did. But they were talking about the 10 worst Zelda bosses, and Moldorm was one of them just because of how much fucking time he wastes. He's a very classic design and very fun, and he is just a worm. But at the same time, every fucking time you get pushed off, you just start over. And it's not even that he kills you, it's that you start over and you have to spend more. Your punishment is not death and starting from the beginning of the fight. It is you have to go back up and also start from the beginning of the fight. The thing that in the boss fight that can hurt you more is the obstacles on the previous floor as you go back up to fight Moldorm again. It's the worst. They were talking about, the reason that I mention it is, because they were like, well, hang on, like they said, Stalord is one of the worst Zelda bosses ever made, and then they were like, well, hang on, didn't you say that Stalord was at the top of our like towards the top of the list in Twilight Princess? And it's like, well, this isn't Stalord from Twilight Princess, this is Stalord from Link's crossbow training specifically, because they go from like a cool high-paced action, like high-paced like chase on the spinner to a boss where you shoot his hands. Gee, Nintendo has never done a boss like this before. And every syllable was a different boss like that. And they had one for every syllable. And it was very funny. Because like they even pull out like repeat offenders like Andross or Wham Bam Rock. Just... It was just very funny when you see them all back to back to back like that. But yeah, my sad story about when Screw Attack shut down is way back in the day, when they were doing they had a series called Hey, Let's Play, where they would, it was just a Let's Play thing, which is not what their channel normally did, but like once or twice a week they would put out one of these videos in the series, and they were doing Hey, Let's Play for Banjo-Kazooie, and that was the first time I'd ever seen Banjo-Kazooie all the way through, or really in any significant capacity. And so the first time I ever got to see it was when Chad and Nick from Screw Attack got to play through were playing through the game. And the first time that I was watching it was when I was horribly sick at home. And so I binged the first couple episodes, and then I remember, or not first couple episodes, I was watching it as it came out, but then the episodes that were coming out when I was sick were the ones about TikTok Clock, or TikTok Woods, rather, which, if you don't know...
TikTok on the woods.
TikTok on the tree. But yeah, so if you don't know TikTok Woods in Banjo-Kazooie, the whole thing is that there's different seasons, and so every time I was like, didn't I see them do that already? No, that was a different season. And I would just second guess myself and be like, am I having a literal fever dream right now? I feel like I'm watching the same thing over and over again, but no. But I was rewatching that series one time, and because again, that was the first time I ever saw Banjo-Kazooie all the way through. And so I had a great deal of sentimentality to that playthrough. And so whenever I got the urge to think about Banjo-Kazooie, I would go back and I'd watch some highlights from that playthrough. Because Chad, despite growing up in the 90s and being familiar with Rareware's games at the time, he had no experience with Banjo-Kazooie. In fact, he had more experience with Conker, which was the whole thing about Conker, is that it was, parodying that same thing. So he was, whereas Nick hadn't played Conker, so it was actually very fun seeing those comparisons being made in reverse, essentially. But so Chad had all kinds of delightful reactions to, say, fucking Clanker, the giant metal shark / whale. He has both a blowhole and gills. What the fuck is he? I do not understand. And so it was just fun seeing someone who was from the same generation as Nick seeing the game for the first time. And I don't know, it's very cute and it was very fun. Where the fuck is this other robot? But I remember I was partway through rewatching Clanker's Cavern, and suddenly my phone stopped playing the video, and it said the following video is unavailable. And then I went on Twitter, and I saw trending was Screw Attack, because it was a bunch of tweets from Screw Attack, former Screw Attack employees, and it was saying that Screw Attack was now shut down, and it made me very sad to hear. Even though, again, I hadn't watched their new stuff in a good while, mostly because they kind of redirected a lot of the attention to, like, Death Battle, which is what the channel is entirely now. And I don't even know the state of the channel now because Rooster Teeth went under. And Death Battle and Screw Attack before them were owned by Rooster Teeth. What is the best Nintendo face with hands boss? Probably Andross, just by virtue of being, I think, the most iconic. But yeah, I would probably say Andross, at least in 64. When he comes up in Adventures, that's like the worst fucking thing in the world. And then I think Andrew Oikone's mech in Assault is probably the second best, just because it's a fun homage to it, before the series decided that all they wanted to do was be Star Fox 64. Because that's all they want it to be now. It really fucking annoys me, but no, I'm not Nintendo.
Has anything that's not just a Star Fox 64 remake come out in a while? guess it was Zero, but it's...
Zero is a remake, essentially. Which I think that is the coward's way out for the franchise. It is so dull. Like, there are some cute things to it, but, like, it's... By and large, it's just not that interesting as a new Star Fox game that they had been teasing as, like, one of the main selling points of the Wii U. And when you add on the difficult to get to grips with control scheme, it only makes its reputation worse. I think that the control scheme is fine. I think it is good, and I think there are moments where it really does shine, but it does not justify it being the sole means of control. And it turned a lot of people away from the game. And the fact that it's all stapled onto a game that is far less replayable than Star Fox 64, while also trying to ape a lot of the very memorable moments from Star Fox 64, is really, really frustrating. Especially because my first and favorite Star Fox experience is Assault. And Assault does a bunch of different things, and I think that it did a good job of pushing the series forward, only for Nintendo to kind of backtrack on that. And again, I don't necessarily blame them entirely, because it was being made by Namco. This is the fucker I was missing. You were right by the exit. But yeah, it was, so it's not like I blame them for not embracing it into the thing. Yeah, Star Fox for the SNES has been remade 3 times. Once as 64, once as 64 3D, and then once as Zero. And 2 of them were actually good. Yeah, that's the thing, is that I do think that Zero is still, as a whole, a pretty good game, but pretty good as the first entry in a franchise like Star Fox is not good enough, especially when the only reasons that it's quote-unquote pretty good is the ways that it tries to be different from Star Fox 64. And then, even then, some of the ways that it tries to be different from 64 is, like, with its control scheme, which a lot of people don't like. Where am I going?
Away.
Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. There you are. But yeah, there you are. Alright. I would appreciate some guidance with the map.
Get the map back
from
up.
Time to time. Yeah, this color scheme's hurting my eyes. We're gonna move on soon. Speed! Boobles. I mean, balloons. Oh wait, no, I should double check back here for robots first. There's no robots. This is a waste of time. But that's enough ranting about Star Fox. I don't even have that strong of an attachment to the Star Fox franchise. I just think the fact that Miyamoto is determined to have it stay in 64 hell forever is just really dumb.
That tracks Miyamoto.
Yeah. Miyamoto
This map is a lot harder to spot Tails and Knuckles on, because it's all yellows and reds already.
Oh, Christ, I didn't even think about that. Oh, hey, they are.
Oh.
Hey, they are. It's also way harder to keep 50 rings in this stage, because it's all fucking spikes. Now, is it 50 rings or 30 rings to get into the... Because I was assuming it was 50.
50.
Okay, fuck. Alright, I might do a little bit of rewind scumming just to make sure I maintain the rings to get to Knuckles.
It's rewind time.
Yeah! It is so immensely funny to me that YouTube was dislike bombed. Like, YouTube itself was dislike bombed. Like, that is so funny to me. More pleasing color scheme now. Not by much, but still. The yellow contrasting with blue is really what gets it.
Nice.
Nice. I'm laser focused right now. Not gonna lie, I kind of appreciate the fact that the ring values don't go up, because this is annoying as hell. Why is one of them spinning in the wrong direction?
Because shut up.
Alright, yeah.
I always like the YouTube reruns. I know they're kind of silly and cringy, but I thought
They
were
are
fun.
incredibly cringy, but I do miss them in a weird way. You know? Like, it is kind of nice getting a meme recap for the year, because it just fucking hits you all at once, like, oh my god, I'm aging.
Time is fake.
Yeah, I do love those aspects of them. That said, they do make me cringe out of my entire body. Like the battle bus one where he's like, not even a thank you. Like, that was okay. Actually, that one was kind of fun, but it's also because it's the only one I can remember. But at the time, it made me cringe out of my entire skin into a new skin.
You molted? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't realize YouTube Rewind had that power, but I cringe molting. Oh man. One of my coworkers, on the topic of cringe, one of my coworkers who is not cringe, they are very cool.
Very based.
Yeah, very, as they say, based. But one of my coworkers has like looks back on their younger years, not their exact words, but the same vibe of what their words were. About their childhood with Undertale, and
Sorry, just hearing childhood with Undertale made me feel ill.
well, okay, 2016 was like almost. It was like
I'm trying not to think
Yeah.
about it.
yeah, it's very strange, but like it's more so like high school years or like middle school years, but still childhood.
Undertale came out when I was in college.
Yep. It was in my junior year of high school going into senior year. Cuz it was 2016. I don't know. Either way, but either way they have a hard time going back and appreciating some things from Undertale, or particularly the soundtrack. And so I constantly find myself telling them hang on, let's do that again.
That is bad to listen to. Can you, like, get out, or are you just stuck?
No, I can. I got out before, and I just rewound because I found it funny. Ah! Alright, but I always find myself telling them, do not kill the cringe, kill the part of you that cringes. Because I just fucking love that line, because it really, I don't know. There's also a very good bit from one of Jeff Thu's video on Classroom of the Elite, where he spends a huge chunk of the time talking about like how this is extremely like standard anime stuff, and there are a lot of like middle schoolers that are just like, you know, being middle schoolers about it. And so a lot of people are saying like, you need to roast the shit out of this series, and he's just watching it and he's like, I mean, it's kind of mid, but like kids can enjoy what they want. And while I definitely
Not
think that
true.
there are people that do the oh my god, that's bullshit. There were people that went on like Yahoo Answers to be like how to be like Light Yagami, and as a kid, and that was also me, and he was just going on about like how there are aspects of that show where he can see that in it, and the whole time he's like kind of poking fun at the show in that same way, but also saying like it's, you know, there's worse things to watch, like it's not like offensive or anything, but at the end of it he says like but I think it's enjoyable enough for the target audience, and I hope that they enjoy it. Seriously, enjoy it. I'm Jeff Thu, signing out, or professional YouTube douchehead, signing out from my own basement. Because the whole thing is that he's grown and he can appreciate things that are for the target audience and all that. I don't know. Just that very heartfelt, like, seriously, enjoy it was just very... I don't know. Sometimes video essays have a soul to them, and then I have a moment where I'm like, I need to tell people about this, and then I try and explain...
That's what we call The Exorcist.
Yeah, and that's when I'm like, wow, I sound like I'm fucking insane. Because there are, like, I don't know, like, there's a lot of time there's a message to be... Hi! They're both in the same spot.
Hanging out!
Me and the boys at Carnival Night Zone.
What?
Ah! But yeah, just... I like the idea of just letting kids enjoy what kids enjoy, even if it makes me, again, cringe out of my entire body.
I don't think
it.
they should watch Paw Patrol.
Okay, kids can enjoy things that they like to a certain degree. I'm less talking about like kids of that age, and I'm more talking about like middle school aged kids.
True.
But yeah, no. ACAB includes the Paw Patrol. Like I say every once in a while about fictional police officers, like there is a certain degree that I can separate fictional police officers from the real life institution and all that. I cannot make that concession for the Paw Patrol. I'm sorry. They need to be put down.
Bringing them out
I don't
back.
know enough about Paw Patrol to know why it gets
I don't know enough about Paw Patrol either.
I think it's funny.
I think it's funnier to not know anything about Paw Patrol.
I agree.
I do not like all these fucking spike platforms. They're really annoying.
I do not like them, Sam. I am.
I do not like them where I stand. I do not like them in this can. I do not like them when I roll. I do not like them, something...
Some other else.
I do not like them Paw Patrol! I brought the bit around! Success! Aside from people on the internet talking about it? Yeah, exactly. I've seen some, like, merch or whatever in, like, Target or whatever the fuck, but that's about it. I don't care to learn anything else about it, nor do I think I need to. This is a weirdly boomerish thing for me to say, but I think that there's also value in showing growing kids older TV shows meant for kids, like Bear in the Big Blue House, or like the original run of Blue's Clues, or hell, even the new Blue's Clues is really good. But like, there are also like, there are definitely some kids shows that get caught up in being marketable, and I think Paw Patrol, at least from my understanding of it, because again, I do not know anything about Paw Patrol, and let me stress this, never will. I think that they fall more into the ladder trap, and I think they have a little less, I don't know. It just seems a little more commercial. Although I will say, I think one of the funniest things to happen in regards to Paw Patrol is there was a Paw Patrol fireman helmet toy where, hilariously, the headlamp in it was prone to catching fire. It's
That
so
is incorrect.
It is so fucking funny. Shit. What the fuck is your deal, Eggman? You're smacking the ground like a
And-
tantrum.
He's making biscuits.
Oh, speaking of biscuits, I don't particularly care for Genshin Impact at all. But
Tail.
I know that Five Tail of Veggie BL Tail does like Genshin Impact, and I learned today that there was a cats expansion where it is basically exclusively dedicated to you petting cats. And
Goes hard.
And the cats have different personalities to them and will like being, like, some of them don't like being petted on their head, but like on their back. Sometimes they like it on their stomach. Sometimes they like it specifically on their paws or tail. Like, there's like 6-7 different areas. And then if you befriend them enough, sometimes they will, the areas that they do like to be pet will change because they're warming up to you. And that's just so good.
Aww.
I think every game needs this.
Yes. Yes, Your Grace sequel where you get to do that, but for Wojtek the bear. I miss Yes, Your Grace. That was a good time. When is Snowfall's coming out in like 2025, right?
Do we have a release date for it? Let me check.
It might be either late 2024 or they might even just said 2025, just as a broad thing. Oh my god. This map is...
okay, just given as 2024.
Okay.
No further specification. Given them the snow themed, I would guess winter.
I feel like the turnaround on the spikes is a little too quick. Also, how did that hit me? He was floating in the air.
And you are not pressed flat to the ground.
Ring. Ring!
Ring-a-ding-ding!
My first thought when I said ring was the bit from, I don't even know the developers of the game, but the... Oh, no!
Yes? Oh.
Oh! Anyway. But my first thought was to the Ring adventure game that Mandalore Gaming did a review of, and there's one part where Meme, yes, that is the how they say the character's name, even though it's spelled like mime and is apparently said like Mime. I don't care how it's actually said, but there's a part in it where he's just like, ring, ring, as if he's like searching for the ring object. Fuck. But it sounds like he's saying it as if it's the verb, or like the onomatopoeia, and it's very silly. How? This fucking perspective is starting to drive me up the wall. Also, now that I'm realizing that getting a game over just kind of takes me back to the menu of the stage select, not really hugely pressed on if I get a game over or not. Hey, hey, hey,
He
hey,
just
hey!
wiggles around.
Hey!
Goodbye!
Yeah, it just made me think of how I keep thinking that it keeps saying that we should eventually play Mystery of the Druids.
Mystery of the Druids.
While I agree on that one, the idea of completing the adventure game trilogy that Mandy's done is less than tempting, because it means that I would have to find a way to get both fucking
Limbo of the Lost.
Limbo of the Lost and Ring 1 and 2, because don't forget, it's a package deal. If you're playing one, you got to play the other. So one of them is they're both equally mind-boggling, but like the idea of getting those to run on my PC sickens me. Limbo of the Lost is at least available on GOG, but the other two are abandonware. Well, 3, I guess, if you count Ring 1 and 2 as separate things, which you really should, because getting Ring 1 to run is way easier than getting Ring 2 to run, apparently. Die! Oh my god. Please just end this fucking boss fight already. End this fucking boss fight! No! 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 It just clipped into the ground! Stop! Just fucking die already! I don't have any more rings! Jesus! Oh, my hands are sweating. Fuck that boss! Why do all of these bosses have to rise up into the air where it's hard to tell where they are? Whew. Everyone say hi to my brother.
Hi.
Hello.
Everyone
Hi,
say goodbye
Clue's
to my brother.
Bye, Clue's brother.
Knees weak, arm spaghetti. Exactly. Diamond Dust Zone. Love this song. Wow!
What?
Oh my god, that's cute. The cannons have little piles of snow on them. Ah! Deadly snowman!
That's pretty scary.
Oh god, there's ice physics everywhere.
Oh no.
Oh, at least not here. My man Knuckles. Knuckles definitely dug up all the snow himself.
Thank you, Knuckles.
Save me the stress. I have a particular attachment to this song because it's featured in our, Oh no, the Flicky's in a block of ice! Oh. I freed him. But it's featured in the Sega Mega Medley that the BGSO did. It was originally done by the WMGSO, but still. Or no, the University of Maryland GSO. But we got that arrangement from them. Penguin. But yeah, it's also just a fucking banger. So much of a banger that they included it in Sonic Chronic. I did consider very briefly putting Sonic Chronicles on the 3D Sonic Marathon because it is a game that takes place in 3D, but it's also not a 3D platformer, and that'd be really bending my rules. Whoa.
And also, it's miserable.
Also, yeah. But it would be one of 2 Sonic voice acting experiences that we would get to play. The other being Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, which I still love that stream so much. That was such a fun time.
That was a lot of fun.
Sonic Chloronic. This is ideal momentum. Son of a bitch! You know what? I'm saving those rings. For my man Knuckles.
The guy who doesn't chuckle?
Exactly. No. Yeah. Once I get the Chaos Emerald for a given stage, I'm gonna not rewind, but getting all those rings is annoying. Can you tell me where Tails is on this stage? Because I think I'm a little too far.
Tails is on that stage.
This is Diamond Dust Zone Act 1.
Tails? Tails? You might be like near the top. Check the wiki page.
Okay.
The second sector by the river.
Oh, so then I gotta go back down.
On the river, just get in an ice flow and let it take you to the end.
Oh, there he is. There we go.
Boink.
I do think that the best aspect of Sonic Chronicles is the fun, just dialogue options where you can make Sonic just be a dick for no real reason. But I also think it's very shitty of BioWare to take on that job when they had no intention of, like, actually trying, because they just wanted to get money to finish working on Mass Effect. I think that... I get that companies have to do what they have to survive, but at the same time, like, come on, man. Couldn't you have tried a little harder? Because now we don't get any Sonic RPGs, ever. Imagine how the Sonic fans feel, the most important audience of all consumers.
From my experience, Sonic fans don't feel much of anything these days.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
You're gonna make him cry.
I'm playing Sonic 3D Blast! You don't have to rub it in! Nice, but not nice enough. Okay, the jump sound effect being played in reverse is really funny. Not nearly enough. I don't want to do that whole shit again. I should have quick saved before it, but I guess we're just gonna have to rewind.
Good.
Knights of the Sonic Republic. In the event that this ever gets difficult to listen to for the stream, like the rewind thing, just say the word and I'll just hit the mute button. Of course, my Discord friends can just click their own mute button. Oh. Or I could just get good and not have to rewind, but, you know, we all know one of those things is gonna happen sooner rather than later. Oh my god! Sonic Battle does also have a lot of dialogue. I wouldn't mind doing that. Sonic Battle is also one I could probably cheat and put on the 3D Sonic retrospective.
The 3D Spectre.
The Spectre of 3D Sonic the Hedgehog.
That is pretty scary.
Oh my god!
Come on, Clue, I believe in you.
You can do it.
This wouldn't be so difficult if I had a better start. Trust your instincts. Fuck! Whew.
How are those instincts doing?
Better.
Could be better, could be worse.
Yeah, see, once I have momentum going, it's really easy, but rewinding and trying to react at a split second is not easy. What I'm saying is the rewind makes it harder, but I also don't have much of a choice. Because the alternative is do it again, and I don't want to do it again. Because keeping rings for this long in this game is kind of miserable. Although, it would have been nice if I could get more than one Chaos Emerald in a given zone. So it's a little bit annoying that this particular version of the game cuts that out. Because there is something really fun about playing Sonic 2 and using all of the, like, getting all of the rings right and just getting Supersonic before the end of Emerald Hill Zone. Like, there's something really fun about that in concept. But I get why they would want to change it. Because it does... The fact that Supersonic being a thing in this game does kind of make that a little bit unbalanced. But I am also curious to see how Supersonic handles. Probably not well.
Yeah, likely not.
I just realized something.
What?
I might have to add Sonic Labyrinth onto the 3D Sonic Marathon.
Are you gonna be okay?
No, I'm not actually going to add it on there. That is definitely much more of a puzzle game than a platformer. So I think I can. This is about as like this was made by a wasn't made by Sonic Team, so technically I could also exclude it, but by that same metric I would have to exclude the new Dream whatever the fuck.
The new Dream, whatever the fuck.
Can someone look
Also,
up what Ow.
You were mumbling like I have no idea what game you mentioned.
Sonic it's something. Is it just Sonic Dream Team? I think it's just Sonic Dream Team. For whatever reason, I just couldn't remember that.
That's one that just came out.
Yes, but it was not developed by Sonic Team. It was developed by a smaller studio, and it is definitely
Hardlight.
Yeah, Hardlight. Sonic Dreamland. Yeah, Sonic's Dreamland, where he fistfights Wispy Woods, who has been mechanized for a second time, this time by Dr. Robotnik.
You gotta stop doing that to that poor tree.
He loves it. He's having fun.
I'm fairly certain
Enrichment.
I'm fairly certain that the Wispy Woods that was turned into Clanky Woods canonically died.
This is so sad.
That's what I'm saying. Also, the idea of mechanizing a tree and making the controlling unit a small animal is very funny to me. So I'm just imagining him picking a squirrel, just for the sheer comedic effect of a squirrel climbs into the tree to hibernate, and suddenly it's trapped inside and forced to steer the tree like a fucking mech. That's the new Neon Genesis film. I need to watch Neon Genesis. I keep abbreviating it like that because I have no fucking idea how to say the last word properly, because I change the pronunciation every time. Haltman is kind of egg-shaped. You're right, so it would be the second time he was mechanized by an Eggman. But yeah, so how many games total would this collection, or would this marathon be, though? Because I listed them all earlier, but I'm trying to remember what they all are now off the top of my head, and I can't. Let me think for a second. It was this one, Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic 06, Sonic and the Secret Rings, Sonic Unleashed, Sonic and the Black Knight, Sonic Colors, so that's 10, Sonic Generations, Sonic Forces, Sonic Frontiers, and Sonic Dream Team. So that's 14. Oh, don't worry, Gomez. I've played through the game before. It is a fucking experience, all right. And when the game is done, I will be playing through a bit of Project 06. Not all of it on stream, but I will be playing through a chunk of it, just because I think that it is probably... I do mean this with the... I do mean this genuinely. In a sea of incredibly talented hackers and modders, Project 06 is one of the most incredible Sonic hacks or Sonic fan works I have ever seen. Because they did it. They did the meme. They fixed the game. Like, they don't even try and like gloss over the fact that the story sucks ass. They use the regular ass story and they just reanimate the cutscenes so they don't look like dog shit.
That's honestly impressive.
Yeah, play a good Sonic game during all of Sonic 06's loading screens. I am thinking about setting up some kind of thing to do during loading screens. Whether it's like Solitaire or like Minesweeper or something, but I do want something to do on the loading screens. I could slowly add more and more images to the loading screen. Like, I'll start with adding Knuckles on the ring, and then I'll add, like, Vector dancing, Knuckles chuckling, Sonic Fortnite dancing, I don't know. Play Mahjong. I could do that. I could just switch the input on my capture card to the Switch and play Clubhouse 51 Worldwide Classics on the side. That would be the funniest thing. I could just have chess on standby. Better things to do with my time than play Sonic 06. Chess. Most other things. I need to come back to that river. There's definitely something on the other side. Knuckles!
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
The IRS. Your taxes are overdue.
What? I live on a fucking island.
Yeah?
It's maritime.
So do Hawaiians.
Hawaii. What does Angel Island qualify as? I was gonna say, does Angel Island, because Angel Island just kind of floats there. I don't know if it stays in like one area or anything like that, but my gut instinct says that maritime law applies. Like, the sky isn't exactly the ocean, but it's also not really in one specific country. So does Knuckles have to pay taxes? Yeah, international waters. See, like I imagine that it's kind of like an Antarctica situation where it's like no one can own it, kind of thing, because it's both incredibly important.
Trying to get attacked by an angry echidna.
Yeah, like it's also like incredibly important to like the world that it doesn't come crashing down, and also in the same way that Antarctica is like way too important to have like if we had just people fucking developing all over there, we would be melting the ice caps at like a hugely different rate. Also, ignoring the fact that no one can fucking live there. Just the idea of Angel Island being like its own, like it's protected by the government or by different governments in the sense that you can't settle there, but they don't have like outposts on the island to keep people away. It's just Knuckles. It's just Knuckles. And that's all he needs. That's all you need. But then that does also raise the question, does Knuckles have to pay taxes?
Knuckles pays taxes to himself.
Yeah. One of my favorite bits of lore from Knuckles is the little cutscene, or the animated scene from before Frontiers came out, where it just showed him hanging around Angel Island Zone, and just helping out the Chow that live there, and it's just very cute. And he finds and it just shows how he got captured in Frontiers, and it's just a very good animation, even outside of the fact that I'm obviously biased towards my boy Knuckles. But like, I love the animated shorts that they've been doing on their YouTube channel. And one of my favorite things about Sonic Mania, rather Sonic Origins, is the animated cutscenes that they included for the plot of the games. Fuck. I was very close to beating him on first try. That would have been really fucking cool.
And then you failed.
Sad.
Also, I need to change my stream elements thing so that it doesn't say sub goal, because I'm thinking I want to change it rather than a sub goal where people can just like gift subs and get it all at once. I think I want to make the next one, if I do another one in the near future, I want to make it a follower goal, just because it feels more natural that way, and it incentivizes people like sharing things as opposed to just giving Jeff Bezos $5, you know. That said, it is also kind of funny when one person just is like, well, opens up wallet, makes me play a bad game, but that's also a bit that I don't want to play out too much, just because It makes me feel like I'm extorting you to do a thing that I put myself up to, essentially. It doesn't, it's not a great, oh my god. Fucking die, sir. Will you die? Oh my god. Die! 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 What the fuck? Oh my lord.
It's
There.
tough.
Fucking floating ass bosses. Now, interesting question now. Does Sonic pay taxes?
I don't think Sonic knows what taxes are.
IRS? I really speed. No, Sonic, that's not what that means.
Are there taxes in the Sonic universe?
I don't know.
They got a fun gun somehow.
Well, Gun is also not really like there's not really the United States. There is the Sonic is supposedly someone's dependent, but we don't know who his parents are in the modern lore. We can't go off of the cartoons because then there's also conflicting evidence there, or the comics because, again, conflicting evidence. But if we did go off of the Sonic Underground one, we know who his mother is, but also we can't really do that because of the whole, you know, triplets born, the throne awaits, seer ones of a deadly fate. The plot of the show. Where
See, I don't think Sonic pays taxes because he's originally from Mobius.
Yeah.
So I think on Earth he does not count as like a taxable citizen. I think he's like there on vacation.
Yeah, I think that's the way that Sonic X worked. And I know that in the first couple games it was supposedly set on Mobius, but I think in other Sonic games, I'm not super up to date on the macro lore of Sonic, mostly just the smaller aspects of it. So like I don't know the international politics of the cities from Sonic Unleashed, but like I think there are independent nations, and I think they do just call it Earth. I don't think they call the planet, like the world that they're exploring in Sonic Unleashed, I don't think they call the planet there Mobius. I think they just call it Earth. So I think in some permutation of the Sonic lore, Sonic lives on Earth, and that Mobius might have just been a different, like a different, I don't know. It's weird. So in the context of Mobius, yeah, I think that your statement would be mostly correct, but I don't know, actually. I'm gonna have to do some reading on this now. Fuck. I didn't expect my joke question to have an actual, like, lore questions to it now. Fuck.
What planet is Sonic originally from?
Yeah. Well, because the other thing is that, like, aliens exist in the Sonic universe, but Sonic isn't treated as, like, a super strange alien in most contexts of the Sonic in most of the Sonic games.
Maybe they're just used to him. I don't know.
Well, there's also other animals on Earth in the context of Sonic. Okay, you know what? That's a good answer. Regardless of what planet he's on, if the tax system works the same way that it does on our Earth, which, for the sake of assumption, we will, he doesn't pay taxes and he has no income and owns no property. He is the world's fastest hobo. Now that leads to the question, does Tails pay taxes? Because Tails owns at least one or two workshops. We see one in the Mystic Ruins in Sonic Adventure, and we know that at the beginning of Sonic and the Secret Rings, Sonic is, I assume, bumming around someone's house, whether it's his own or if it's Tails' house. I assumed it was Tails' house, just because
Tails is 6.
That is also the case. So, it also begs the question
I
of...
think he'd be classified as a dependent at that point.
But again, that begs the question of who Tails' parents. This is the
He
stupidest
has
conversation.
parents.
Yeah, he does, but we don't see them in the games. I imagine they're in the comics. I haven't seen one of these platforms in ages. Yeah, Tails is sick, so he would definitely be a dependent. I do think that the ages are not canon in the same way that they are. Like, I think, because Sonic had a birthday in Sonic Generation, so regardless, this original number of 16 isn't accurate, at least not anymore. But it's also implied that Sonic has been doing this for quite a while, so I don't think that the original point of, yeah, do 6-year-olds pay taxes?
Most don't, but I'm pretty sure Tails would. He's a good boy. He's a responsible boy.
Tails files the taxes on behalf of his family. It's like the... it's like
I
the...
think Tails doesn't pay taxes, but he does do the taxes.
He's like Henry in the Book of Henry, but less pretentious and more like, no, I'm really smart and I like helping my parents with crunch the numbers. And his parents are really appreciative of it. And...
Crushed.
Game over! Taxes overdue! Oh shit, back. Shadow pays tax. Do genetic experiments have to pay taxes? I don't know, I'll ask one.
Is he a U.S. citizen?
I don't think so.
I mean, I think even...
I think Eggman definitely pays taxes, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think even if Shadow set himself up to need to pay taxes and then deliberately doesn't to commit as many crimes as possible.
I like that idea. Doesn't Shadow work for Gun that makes him a federal employee? I think they made an exception, judging by the fact that they made him. But also, wouldn't he be the
Shadow receives taxes.
Wouldn't Shadow qualify as the son of an immigrant because he's Black Doom and Gerald Robotnik's child? Like, does
I mean,
what's that situation?
I'm pretty
called
sure
again?
even like illegal immigrants pay taxes.
Yeah.
Does the Ark count as U.S. soil?
I think it counts as international waters, like the space station, like the International Space Station does.
Do you
But
pay
I
taxes on
don't
international waters?
That is a good question. I think you would. So if Angel Island was considered like in like certain airspaces, like it going back to Knuckles paying taxes, if it was considered Angel Island being in certain territories' airspaces, I think that would count as someone that would have to pay taxes. But I think that it's more akin to Antarctica and just the
just seems like a
international waters.
No
type
man's
thing.
land.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's more likely. But I think the Ark would be more. Because the Ark was funded by Gun, and I guess if we are going off of the assumption that Gun is analogous to the U.S. military, I believe the U.S. Equivalent is Republic City in Sonic Unleashed, so we'll just assume that Republic City or Metropolis, or whatever the fuck, we'll just assume that that is the analogy for the U.S. and that Gun is their base of operations, even though they operate internationally. And we'll assume that means that the Ark would, I guess we would say then that the Ark would be, I get, because there's no space stations that aren't considered
The
like
Ark is
international
exempt
waters.
because it's considered a religious organization.
I mean, technically you're right. There is the altar to the emerald in the inside that Gerald put there for some reason.
Well, yeah, the military bases have chapels. That doesn't make them religious organizations.
That is true.
There's a church there.
That is true. This is the funniest fucking conversation we could be having. I like this. All right. Oh, and jumping the gun a little bit, Rouge doesn't pay taxes. She needs to, but she doesn't. Well, in 06, Rouge also works for Gun though. But I guess
I feel like she's kind of a freelancer.
The fact that
Independent
Shadow
contractor.
Yeah. The fact that Rouge worked for Gun... Oh, no! Rouge always worked for Gun. That's right. Because she was a double agent. She's a rogue Rouge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess Rouge would pay taxes, or she would have to. I don't. Whether or not she pays them is up for debate.
She forgets to pay her taxes.
Yeah. She has her lesbian girlfriend from Sonic X pay them for her.
True.
I can't remember what her name is.
Topaz, I think.
Topaz, that's it. Wow, how fitting that she's also named after a gemstone. It's a boxed kind of situation. Like, does she have a house? I don't know. But okay. But backing up to Shadow paying taxes. If we operate under the argument that he is the son of an immigrant, which is just the funniest possible permutation of the argument, which is why we're going with it, that would mean that he would have to pay taxes, though. But if let's, and all right,
boy, you're so orb.
I am very orb right now. Shadow receives the salary, so he has to pay taxes on that. Yeah, but the oh man, I'm trying to think of any other reasoning behind that. Shadow's the only one of the main Sonic cast with a 9 to 5. I guess? No, not true. Vanilla supports her daughter with a 9 to 5.
I don't know if Vanilla's part of the main Sonic cast, though.
I wouldn't even consider Cream part of the main Sonic.
You know what? That's fair. Big doesn't pay taxes.
No.
They tried to, and then they realized that it wasn't worth their time because he doesn't have any money, and he also doesn't know how to do taxes. So they just kind of let him do his thing. That also begs the question.
He just mailed a whole box of fish to the IRS's main office.
He thought that was payment for the first time, but after the IRS received it the first time, they were like, "We're just not going to deal with this guy.
It's not worth it.
He's a cat, man. We're already iffy on the whole idea of if non-humans should be considered, again, going back to the whole lore thing of Mobius/Earth argument, like, if the characters that are animals are considered, like, I don't know. Man, that actually just makes me think, about the non-human character or the non-animal characters that are playable in Sonic games, and I think Eggman might be one of the only ones. But now I'm thinking about if there's an obscure Sonic spin-off that has a create a character like how the Mario games have, like, technically like 36 playable human characters in them because of the early golf and tennis spin-offs.
Do the Sonic and Sega racing games count?
No, those aren't original Sonic characters because Danica Patrick is not a Sonic character. She's just a real person. That doesn't really count.
What about the cast of Team Fortress 2? They're in that game.
It's shared universe, but they're shared universe for the Pocket Dimension. Same thing with Mario and Sonic. Mario doesn't count as a Sonic character. Like, we don't have to split hairs to make that distinction, I feel.
Yeah, Mario's name is first in the title, so Sonic's actually a Mario character.
Oh, you know what? Now you're thinking. Actually, they're both Super Smash Brothers characters.
This is true.
Is Omega tax deductible? I was gonna make a joke of does Omega pay taxes, but I think it's funnier if we... No, Omega is what we are paying taxes for.
Was Omega for Gun?
Omega was made by Eggman, but I believe by the time Sonic 06 rolls around, and again, the canon status of Sonic 06 is ambiguous, but I believe that as of Sonic 06, Omega is either completely rogue, or he is working also with Gun, working with Rouge and Shadow as part of Gun.
Okay, I'm going to say that he is not tax deductible because I don't think Eggman's evil empire attempts is like a legitimate business that you can
Yeah.
take business deductions on.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say that if he was considered part of Gun, I think that he would be.
Then we would probably be paying taxes for his upkeep.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's the more likely of the options. Omega being a free agent is honestly more likely, though, especially considering the fact that he was literally made by Eggman, and one of Gun's #1 activities is stopping Eggman, so...
They did a pretty shit job of it.
Yeah. Before I forget, can you look up where Knuckles or Tails are on this map? Because I don't have the Chaos Emerald for this stage yet.
Okay. This 1 or 2?
This is 2. This is, I don't even remember the name of the stage. Volcanic Ruins.
Volcano Valley.
Volcano Valley, yeah.
I could guess that based on all the lava.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. Now Blaze, again, this comes up with the issues of Sonic lore and consistency. Does Blaze...
Which there is none.
Yeah. Well, they've been trying to tape things together into some semblance of things, and I think they've been doing a pretty good job of it, honestly. But that said, it does still leave us with a bunch of questions, like, what the fuck are they saying with Blaze? Because with Sonic 06, the idea that she's from an alternate dimension in the Sonic Rush games, she's from an alternate dimension, and in Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, which has quite a few bits of clarifying lore for the sake of, like, overall world building. I think that the fact that she's from another dimension means that she wouldn't have to pay taxes, at least in our dimension. But she's also royalty in the other dimension, so she's the one collecting the taxes in her dimension. So it's kind of a moot point. Do you think she would even have taxes? What even is the state of, like, her dimension? I don't know much.
I don't afford those jewels she wears somehow.
She's a princess, so it's monarchy.
Yeah, but I don't know, it's weird. Since Murder of is the most recent game to address this, I think that would be the most accurate. Yeah, Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog does a great job of, like, putting together, like, they have references to the areas from Unleashed, and also Professor Pickle, my man.
Yeah.
Alright, I've got 50 rings, so I'm ready to find...
I think you need to progress onward in the second sector.
Okay, well, I gotta find the last robot first. Oh, look, there's the last robot. Got him. But yeah, Professor Pickle pays taxes, obviously. He's not exactly a major Sonic character, but he was on my mind. What are some more fringe examples? Charmy doesn't pay taxes because he's a dependent. Obviously, his family does, but not his best friend who died from a drug overdose. There are a lot of things from the comics
funny.
There are a lot of things from the comics that I just kind of ignore for the sake of the grander canon of Sonic.
Spin dash to the right.
Spin dash to the right? Like through the lava?
See, no, on that crack wall up there.
Okay, that's kind of really stupid subtle. Who does Professor Pickle pay taxes to? I believe his university is set in...
Tails.
I believe, yeah, he is Spagonian. So I believe it would be the equivalent of the Italian government. I believe I think that's... Ew, Italians. I think that's where Spagonia is supposed to be analogous to.
Zero to go. Uh-oh.
Now, the other question is, do they pay taxes in rings or dollars, or, like, other currency? Because a lot of things seem to imply that it's rings, but you can literally find those lying in the grass.
And well, I mean, you can do that with rupees, too.
That is true.
And there's probably some level of story and gameplay segregation.
Yeah. But, like, that's also something in Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog where they acknowledge it, where, like, Tails is like, you want to, like... What are you trying to do? Like, what are you trying to steal? Like, is there some kind of ring stockpile up there? And Rouge is just like, rings? Psh, you can find those lying around in the grass.
God.
Which I think is just a really funny way of like lampshading it. But also in Security Hall in Sonic Adventure 2, there are dollar bills floating around in the safe, like in the fan. So that implies that there is some degree of real currency in the Sonic universe outside of rings.
I feel like there might be real currency, and then rings are kind of their own thing.
Rings are an international currency.
Yeah.
Like the conversion rate is based
Or,
entirely
like-
off of rings.
Yeah.
I've never seen
I think
Tails in
rings
this
are
game
like
before.
a-
Yeah, he's weird.
I think rings are like the gold standard.
In the literal sense.
Yes.
But yeah, Tails in this game looks very weird. Ow! But yeah. Yeah, there's paper money in the bank vault. Welcome back, Duck. How was the recital? Ow! We were discussing what Sonic characters pay taxes and the logistics of who they would pay them to and other minutia. Because it's tax day. And also Homestuck Day. Truly the worst possible combination.
God.
Vector, Espio, not Charmy, but Vector and Espio definitely pay taxes, and
We're just big business. Of course they do.
yeah. How do like if they are a private business, then like if they are their own private business, how does Vector provide the W-2s for the sake of SBO and I was gonna say Mighty, but Mighty doesn't count because Mighty's no longer part of Chaotix. 2 saxophone recital, and one of their saxophones got stolen. What? Oh my god, that's so sad. I hope they have the serial number written down. That way they can report it to the police.
And they can have breakfast too.
Serial murderer. He files all the serial numbers off of the things that he steals. But Mighty is kind of a... I think... Mighty's kind of a monk, I believe. I know the lovely bit of original lore about Vector being a devout Christian in the Knuckles Chaotix manual. Never gonna be over that, but I believe in
funny!
I believe in recent bits of lore, according to the comics, which I'm selective about what aspects of the comics I carry over to the main canon, but I think for
all
the
of
sake, yeah, all of it, including the giant penis-shaped Tails doll monster that I just reminded you all of, and if I haven't told you about it before, well, it's time you learned.
Yeah.
Pays all his money to the Pope! Directly to the Pope. Someone needs to design a Sonic Pope that is in the same style as like Professor Pickle or the other human characters from Sonic Unleashed. But yeah, so I think Mighty, one of the things about Mighty's lore there was a series of comics at one point. Sonic gives the Pope Undertale. I don't know why Sonic giving the Pope Undertale is so funny specifically, but I do love that mental image.
Well, if someone's gotta, you might as well.
That's a canon event in the Sonic universe and all universes. Is that someone gives a copy of Undertale to the Pope.
Does that mean Undertale itself is also in all universes?
As a fictional medium, yes. Not in Undertale though, because that would be a little too meta. Eggman tries to replace the Pope with the Egg Pope. No, he roboticizes the Pope Mobile and he calls it the Egg Pope Mobile. But oh, so actually the Pope thing reminds me. So have you guys ever seen Cars 2?
I can't say
I can't say I have.
I don't
You
I
two
don't-
live a
I don't recall doing
Yeah.
so at any rate.
you two live a much better life than I do. Because I have seen it more than a handful of times, because when my younger brother was, well, younger, one of the movies that he would watch, that didn't give me an extra life. But my younger brother watched it a lot. So in Cars 2, like in Sonic Unleashed, they travel the world, and so they get the opportunity to portray a bunch of real-world locations in the Cars universe. Car Pope. There's a car.
I've seen
car
images
Pope.
of the car Pope.
Yeah, but like if you stop and think about the absolutely
There are so many
ridiculous lore
implications.
implications behind that, it
car
implies that there is car Christianity, carstrianity, if you will.
I need to see Car Jesus on the car cross.
Now that leads you to the next question: does he get hung by the back of his tires, or is he on his or is it hood to wood, where his the wheels are facing out and the back is nailed to a tree? Also, why would they nail a car to a tree?
Because he's under their authority.
Sure.
I think it's in a mechanic shop
Yeah.
where you can like lift the car up. I think it was like that, and they just left him there.
They just put a fucking parking boot on him and just left him there.
Yeah, and
Oh my
and
God.
one of the car Greek soldiers stabbed him.
Excuse you, it's the car Roman soldiers. You got to get the timeline. right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Also,
sorry.
yeah, Duck has it right. That was something I heard from a Magfest panel, and just the statement of hood to wood fucking sent me to another plane of existence, and I had to bring up that tangent. Now for the next tangent, do the Cars characters pay taxes?
The next
Yes.
tangent is, how did Car Jesus' stigmata work?
It's
Oh
a
my-
punctured tire never deflate.
Yeah. This is the easiest boss so far, because he hasn't been moving.
Goodbye, Eggman.
That was easy as piss.
He gets sub 30, I bet.
Yeah. Gene Gadget. Also, it looks like Owen Adget. Or Adget. Yeah.
Owen Ojit.
They did not even put.
Odoet.
Hang on. 1,
We mow it.
2,
We
3,
mow it.
4, 5. So then so how many stages are there? There's Gene Gadget and then
I want to say there was one more after that.
Gene Gadget,
And then-
didn't he create Star Trek?
There's Gene Gadget and then Panic Puppet.
Okay, yeah, so there are 7 zones. That was a cute octopus I killed.
You murderer.
The hell is wrong with you?
On the note of getting rat.
Ooh.
On the note of getting to
Did you go what?
hang on.
Cut yourself off.
Hang on, I've got to lose this shield for a second. This fucking image
Sonic is dead.
This image is so fucking delightful. Just Sonic spinning helplessly on his back. It's like a turtle that's been flipped upside down. Not Manic Muppet. Honestly, good. Are there any good Muppets games? I think there's the one Muppets Kart Racer.
There was that one spy one you played, and that was
That's not
Interesting.
good. That's not good. It's funny, but it's not good. There is some loud truck beeping out. Hang on. I gotta see what's going on outside. Someone's getting towed or something. I don't know.
That's unfortunate.
Hmm.
I think it might be because of like a car problem rather than. The stream was very good. I'm glad that you appreciated the Muppets License to Croak.
I will always appreciate the Muppets.
I love the Muppets. They're so good. I know that a lot of people said that the 2012, I think it was, Muppet movie was just kind of mediocre, but honestly, it kind of has a lot of heart to it that I just kind of love. I can't help but love it. And Muppets most
Am I a Muppet?
like genuinely as silly as that whole thing is, like there's quite a bit of heart to that movie. Like obviously everyone's gonna have like their sentimental attachment to the ones from the 90s, and those films are going to have like a great deal. Like there's definitely an argument to be made over which one is quote unquote better, but I definitely don't think that the modern Muppet movies should be discounted entirely. Yeah, I love the new Muppet movies too. But also Muppets Most Wanted is just absolutely buck wild and so funny. The interrogation song alone makes the entire movie worth it.
I love that song.
I wish I could remember a line from it. Go jump in a lake, that's my suggestion! Thank you, Piggy. No more questions. God, that song goes so hard. I remember seeing someone did an animatic once of it was Godot and Gumshoe doing it, and it was about the heist at the Trials and Tribulations Case 2. I can't remember the name of it.
Mask.
Mask to Mask, yeah. Lordly Taylor, that's it.
Yeah.
The only name that was coming to mind was the Gatewater Hotel, but I knew that was wrong. But yeah, but it was just very good because not only was it also about actual art, but it was also just very funny because they had Desiree Delight as Miss Piggy, and they had I don't know, it was just a very good animatic in general. But God, also it led to one of the modern classic memes of Kermit in a hood. That, like, that's such a simple meme, but god damn it, it's stupidly funny, you know? Also, the way that fake Kermit talks about, like, he sounds like he's trying his best to do a Kermit impression, while the actor is very clearly trying to do Kermit doing an evil voice. But then then that voice has to then pretend to be Kermit, so you have him being like, Kermit the Frog here. And it's so funny. It's so silly. It's such a silly movie. We need to have a Muppets movie marathon where we just watch all of the Muppet movies in a row. Tell us where the art was taken. Or, tell us where the art was taken if you want to save your bacon. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to go listen to that.
Fun
after
wordplay.
this. Yeah, no, it's so silly. That actually reminds me, the movie night idea, marathon idea reminded me. The other day, one of my coworkers came into work, or one of my former coworkers came into our workplace just to check in and see how we were doing, because we were preparing for inventory, which was fun. Definitely a very enjoyable time. But so he came by, and somehow Star Wars came up in conversation, and someone suggested that someone suggested a Star Wars movie marathon, on May the 4th, and I was like, dude, I would be so down for that. And then he was like, oh no, I always work Saturdays at my new job. And then I was like, May the 5th. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So, but it was just a fun thing, but it also just reminded me of the way that I specifically said it. I was like, I would absolutely sit down for a Star Wars movie marathon, especially for the bad ones. And then my coworker or former coworker was just like, I 100% agree. And then I just had a mental image of us getting to the end of the new trilogy and just being so fucking tired. So never seen episode 9. Don't bother.
Is it even? I'm not just been fun bad or just
no, like
what?
There's.
It's just bad to my
It's just
understanding.
bad. Yeah, that's the thing is that because fuck, I can never remember which one did which entry, but I think it was J.J. Abrams that did The Last Jedi. And
no, J.J. Abrams did 7 and 9.
And 9, yeah, but it was
Ryan Johnson did the last.
Ryan Johnson did The Last Jedi. That's what it was. Because I was pretty sure that it was J.J. Abrams that did the shitty ones. Okay, that's being mean to The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens is perfectly fine, but J.J. Abrams trying to backtrack all the things that the Last Jedi did, and I can feel Quark's eyes glazing over. I promise we're not going to talk about this for long.
It's fun. You talk about what you want.
Yeah, but
it's your stream, baby.
Yeah. We talked about Sonic and taxes for like an hour.
Yeah, and it was a good conversation.
Yeah,
I feel like I learned a lot about taxes.
And also Sonic lore, apparently.
Yeah. About Sonic taxes.
Whoa, where am I going? Oh, I see. Anyway, but J.J. Abrams did his best to undo all of the cool shit that Ryan Johnson set up in The Last Jedi. Like, the idea that Rey is literally a no one, like that she's not anything special, because the whole thing about Anakin in the prequel trilogy is that he was destined for greatness, and that led him to
chosen
ruin.
one.
Yeah, and then Luke, being his son, is also destined for greatness, and that he can right the wrongs of his father and all that. And I think the idea of the person to bring balance to the Force this time is literally just some nobody who was abandoned by her parents, on like not even Tatooine. Tatooine has like at least some semblance of like reasonable civilization. Jakku in Force Awakens is basically treated as Tatooine with even less civilization on it. And I think that is an incredibly sad place to have to grow up. And I think plucking a person from that environment and making that, and they just do great things just because they have the will to do it, is way more impactful than actually you're related to the main antagonist of the franchise. I just think that J.J. Abrams really went out of his way to just do some really shitty backflips. But it did grace us with somehow Palpatine has returned.
God.
That is like the
It's
number.
so funny.
It's so funny, but also because it's so bad. Like, someone allowed that to happen. Someone on the writing team didn't stop to say, wait a second, this is bullshit? Like, the
Guys,
fact that...
this might kind of suck.
Yeah, like, the fact that, like, the first time Palpatine was even mentioned in the new trilogy was in the title crawl for Episode 9, where they talk about
in Fortnite.
Oh my god, you're right! I forgot about that part! No!
Personally, I think more series to do major plot reveals in Fortnite because it would make everyone mad and it would be funny. No one wins in that situation.
I think it would be funny if I didn't think that Epic Games doesn't deserve any more money. I think Epic Games kind of sucks. But, that said, it would be really funny. Oh shit! Oh god! We've got to get to Fortnite before Duck blows up the island with me on it. Sonic, hurry to Fortnite! No!
I'm gonna put Sonic in Fortnite.
I don't think they have.
Well, if they have,
He
you think
feels
they
like
will?
he should be. He feels like the kind of character who would love to be in
It's
Fortnite.
gonna blow up with Palpatine on it. That walkie-talkie has been part of the redeem the entire time. Yes.
Yeah, but we don't usually see it much because we're looking at the game view, not the stream overlay.
The first time that it ever triggered was during a Hamtaro stream, which I know for a fact was done on a capture card, which means that you guys saw the regular layout, so you did see it the first time it went off. And I remember you, Mush, were in the audience because you said because it was after you got back from work. No! Cheating is fun and easy and it's free, and I hate this fucking gun. Alright, you guys get in the ring. I'm gonna get your other bird. The old Star Wars Expanded Universe also had a plot Palpatine comes back, but they had at least had the decency to make it the entire plot of a trilogy rather than being tacked onto the final episode of one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's my bird. Yeah, there's a reason that episode 9 is super shitty.
Star Wars fans have had to put up with so much.
Mm-hmm. Like being Star Wars fans.
Oh yeah.
I say as a Star Wars fan. I haven't seen season 2 of Mandalorian, but season 1 of Mandalorian is like one of my favorite things of Star Wars content I've seen in a long time, because it's just like in the same way that episode 4 or A New Hope is just like a coming of age fantasy story that's in like a sci-fi type setting. Mandalorian's just a Western. Season 1 of Mandalorian's just a Western, and it's so good.
Season 2 is good. I never saw season 3, yeah, because the Book of Boba Fett thing just lost me.
I haven't seen that, but the fact that there was, I don't know. We also have been running in circles, yeah. I'm trying to find the last robot. I think the last robot's at the beginning of the map, though, based on how many times I've run circles around this area, so I am very upset. I'm gonna have to go all the way back. And down this stupid slide again.
Sad.
Basically set up for the other Star Wars products. Tangentially like Star Wars needs to read the Knights of the Old Republic comics by John Jackson Miller. That name sounds familiar. What else has he done? Is it like other comic work, I'm assuming? You know, it only occurred to me like a few years ago, like not like it only occurred to me a few years ago. I think it was when I heard about the Mega Man Archie comics, and I don't know when those were in
miss
circulation.
them.
Yeah, but when I first heard about the Mega Man Archie comics, I think that was when I pieced together, wait, Archie as in oh, that's what they mean when they say, like, and it just suddenly dawned on me that anytime someone was referring to the Sonic Archie comics, that they were referring to comics published by the same company that made Archie, like the redhead with his 2 girlfriends. And for whatever reason, that it took that long to register with me. And this was like years ago, but I just had a moment where I was like, oh my god, that's right, there are people that publish comics other than Marvel and DC. What a world. Where's this last fucking robot? Have you seen the cover art for Archie Meets the Punisher? Nope, but it sounds hilarious. It also took me until just recently to realize that Archie is also the same as Riverdale. Like, that's the thing.
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah, because I'm not familiar with Archie as a property overall, so I wasn't aware that was the name of the town. And then when I was watching a video on the show Riverdale, I was like, oh.
I feel most normal people would not assume Riverdale was an edgelord Archie comics property.
There are a lot of edgelord Archie comics properties, like Life with Archie, in which he dies. Which is just the funniest fucking thing they could have done with that
Death with
series.
Archie.
Death with Archie. And then there's also Afterlife with Archie, where the other 4 characters, whatever the two girls' names are, and
Betty and Veronica and
yeah,
Jughead.
yeah, Betty, Veronica, and Jughead. All of them are zombies, and
Goes hard.
Yeah, and it's basically just The Walking Dead with Archie, which is just
It's very silly.
it's a very silly concept, but like Dragoni, I need you to look up a fucking walkthrough of where the last robot on this map is. I'm going insane. This is Act 2, I believe.
The thing about that is I'm not sure which robots you have and haven't gotten already.
Just list them out, I guess.
Yeah.
Blue can figure it out from there.
Yeah.
Probably.
Which section? In the first, second, or third section?
I believe second section.
Okay.
Oh my god, there it is! Fuck! No! No one can blame me for doing that. No one can blame me for rewinding there. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. I'm going home. No! I'm going home. Sonic wants to go home.
Too bad, Sonic. You're stuck here forever, just like the rest of us.
So sad. Won't someone get him out of here?
But yeah, like Dan Olson puts in his video on the first 50 Shades of Grey movie, the idea of fan fiction as genuine literature is just the evolution of like playing with the literary equivalent of playing with dolls, and like Batman has been put in many weird situations and reimagined as X number of things, and those lead to some really fucking cool comics like Batman and Sherlock Holmes. Like there's a lot of concepts where you just take characters from other contexts and put them into other contexts, and that creates something like artistically valuable. So like the idea that you can have something like Life with Archie or Afterlife with Archie or Archie meets the Punisher, and it's like an artistically meaningful thing. I mean, to an extent. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna say that Archie meets the Punisher is high art or anything, but like the fact that
Maybe
you can have
it
things.
is.
Maybe it is. I haven't read it.
It's not, but Archie meets the Predator is high art.
Oh.
I believe it.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, like the Punisher always seemed like the cop of superheroes to me. Like, more so than a lot of other superheroes. Like, the Punisher specifically seems like...
Well, yeah, I feel, if I remember correctly, that is the point.
Yeah, which, it just makes me not particularly keen on him as a... I don't know.
Well, I mean, the Punisher is supposed to be like a lambasting of it, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Except a lot of people did not seem to get the memo.
It's
No one
like,
ever gets the
it's
memo.
like, it's like...
Ain't that just the way?
It's like, oh, Fight Club's one of my favorite movies. Explain why. And then their answer will determine everything about your opinion on them. Sonic meets the Punisher? Archie comics Sonic meets the Punisher. No, Archie and Sonic from the Archie comics meet the Punisher. And Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. No,
And they're all
there is a B plot of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games in which Archie and the Punisher have to stop like a terrorist attack on the Olympics.
Yeah, this sounds good.
That sounds like it would go hard. Neither of the two parties are aware of the overlap, by the way. There's just an entirely disconnected, like, Timon and Pumbaa, Lion King 1.5 type side story going on with Archie and the Punisher outside of the Olympic Stadium. This goes hard. Why don't we make comics? Mario and Archie at the Olympic Games?
Yes!
Mario
Archie and the Punisher at the Olympic Games.
Mario and Mega Man and Sonic and Pac-Man at the Olympic Games.
Oh, Mega Man.
Pac-Man and Mega Man at the Olympic Games.
That would
Just cut
go
Sonic and
hard.
Mega Man out of the... cut Sonic and Mario out of the equation entirely and just have Mega Man and Pac-Man do it.
Mario and Samus at the Olympic Games.
Mario and Samus. Samus is the ball for most of the event.
Yes!
Oh my god! What does this remind me of? Death, apparently.
Death. It reminds you of the inherent frailty of life.
Oh,
You're right,
man.
it does.
I just looked over at the left, on my left monitor where I keep OBS, and I just remembered Rystar Orb is there to keep us company.
Oh, Rystar
Yay.
Orb. Always there for me.
In these trying times.
Always there when you least expect it.
He's there for me when I need him most.
I do want to make a point redeem that will summon Rystar Orb, but my problem is that in order to get the explosion to work like I need to for the island blows up, I need to make it a green screen, which means that Temmie and Man also have to adhere to those chroma key properties, and because Rystar Orb is yellow, he is partly cut out by it, so I have to find another way to do the explosion without the green screen in order to add Rystar Orb as a trigger fire point redeem, because I want to do a little point redeem where someone summons Rystar Orb to hang out with Temmie. This boss fight sucks, by the way.
I love the phrase summon Rystar Orb.
I could make it summoning regular Rystar with like a 1 in 10 chance of being Rystar Orb, and I think that would also be pretty funny. Or maybe the other way around, where it's a 1 in 10 chance of being regular Rystar. This boss fight blows. Is Punisher Marvel or DC?
Oh, okay.
Or is he just a completely different thing?
He's Marvel.
He's Marvel, okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say the Superhero Squad show seems like a Marvel Kids TV show.
Yeah, that's why it's got Spider-Man in it.
Yeah, I was fairly certain that that was the case. I'm gonna start rewinding.
Spider-Man?
I'm not a huge like overall Marvel fan, but I do love Spider-Man. Like even outside of the, I don't read comics. I just love Spider-Man stuff. I just think it's neat. I think Peter Parker is just a funny little guy.
Who?
He debuted as a Spider-Man villain. I was pretty sure that was the case, but I didn't want to. I was second guessing myself. What did you say, Dragoni? I missed it.
What even killed you there?
I don't know. I think there was either a spike platform that spawned behind him, or he fired a missile.
Hmm.
You good, Sonic?
Sonic's neutral at best.
No, Sonic's clearly chaotic good.
Yeah.
He did break into
He
did break into the president's limousine in Sonic Adventure 2. So if he was lawful good, he wouldn't be doing that. I wish I could do that too. I would break into Biden's limousine and slap him across the face in Minecraft. In Minecraft, I must clarify. If the government and or IRS is watching, I know the IRS is watching, but in the event that they have to report this to the FBI, I mean in Minecraft. Also, if you're watching IRS, which I know you are, can you please tell me, how does Knuckles do his taxes? Does he do taxes? This is a burning question. Goodbye, shit boss.
Question of our generation.
Sonic is chaotic good, Tails is neutral good, Knuckles is lawful neutral. Yes.
This tracks.
One of my favorite things from one of the recent like Sonic Twitter takeover things was just like, Knuckles, what are your knuckles like underneath the gloves? And Knuckles just like, what are you, a cop? I'm not telling. Just very just very good. Oh, I love this theme.
I thought you were gonna say gloves. What are you talking about? I'm not wearing gloves.
Eggman is egg evil. Mush, you gotta watch back this stream so you can catch up on our excellent Sonic characters doing taxes bit. This will carry over to the future, and it will be on the test. The Clueless Anonymous test. Speaking of tests, Oh,
No
the
good
flickies.
sense ever started like that.
Persona confidants do, or social links do, because sometimes you get to do fun little hangouts with your friends. Pew, pew, pew. How do... Dear Knuckles Echidna, how do you type with Knuckles boxing gloves on? What are you, a cop? I'm not telling. Like, I'm pretty sure that was the original context of the bit. I think the other part of the bit... I think the other part of the bit was someone asking, does Knuckles type with his knuckles? And then Knuckles says, like, well, yeah, obviously. And then that just reminded me of one of the animated bits from one of the bits leading up to Frontiers' launch, I think it was. Where Knuckles destroys the webcam that Tails makes for him. And it implies to me that
is my internet having an issue, or is Discord shooting a bed?
Could be one or both. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm brilliant.
Lever.
Ooh. Do I just jump on it? Yes. Okay. There we go. But I believe the context of the original bit... Oh. The context of the original bit was... saying that Knuckles canonically types with his knuckles, which implies to me that every time that he's typing, my brain defaulted to that being a fan blade instead. But I just imagine that he just constantly destroys his keyboards.
Mm.
He's like Schroeder playing on the piano in Peanuts, but instead of plinking away delicately on each individual key, he's just punching his keyboard like that. Knuckles also doesn't use the keyboard very often. He doesn't exactly have electricity on Angel Island. Who would he pay electricity bills to? That's silly.
The IRS, obviously.
Bit comes around. Okay, this is dumb. This song is a banger.
Wow.
Boom. Boom.
Oh.
Wow.
You know what this platform moving reminds me of? It reminds me of Solstice on the NES. Tails flies up to Angel Island to set up Wi-Fi. I mean, that same animated bit from Tails' little thing does imply that, because it implies that he set... Oh, actually, speaking of Tails, can you help find where Tails is on this map?
Looking for Tails.
Thank you. So that way I can get Supersonic. But yeah, that also reminds me, I never actually shared my loot from MagFest this year in the Discord. I meant to, and then I forgot. But one of the things I bought at MagFest was a copy of Solstice for the NES. I don't own an NES, but I don't own a SNES or an N64, and last year at MagFest I bought Hey You Pikachu, because I thought it'd be funny, and I was right. I also bought Donkey Kong Country because I thought it'd be a fun thing to add to my collection, along with Yoshi's Island, which I got the MagFest before. So I think just having a collection of cartridges for games is just kind of fun, and I'll get a Retron eventually. Yeah.
According to the wiki, Tails and Knuckles are not on this map.
What?
Or any other map for the rest of the game.
What? So then how do I get the last Chaos Emerald?
Looking that up.
For the Director's Cut Edition. Maybe they added them for the Director's Cut Edition. So I'll just have to be extra careful. Yeah. One of the things about Hey You Pikachu that really blows my mind is the fact that the microphone is actually really accurate. It's just that Pikachu flat out ignores you most of the time. And I think that's really funny. But speaking of that, actually, the other thing I bought at MagFest this year, other than Solstice, was a copy of Lifeline for the PS2. Shoot me. Why did I spend like $70 on a game that I'm going to hate? Content. But yeah, for those that don't know, Lifeline is Hey You Pikachu, but you control an anime girl, and also it's like Die Hard in space with aliens.
We've talked about this game before.
I have.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's not a fast game. It's not a good game either. One of my favorite bits from when Proton John played it for a bit was she kept mishearing one of his commands when he was trying to get her to check the vending machine as leave the room. And so when they finally switched games, he was just like he was going on break and it was at the intermission screen and he got up to leave and he was just like, leave the room? Okay.
Okay, the speedrun.com page says that they were added into these levels in the director's cut.
Okay. If you can find where they are, that'd be helpful, but if not,
I am
just look
looking
around. What happened to the music in this stage?
Monkey.
Also, this fireball spider is very good design. Oh my god, look at that thing fucking move!
Whoa, Shogun.
It looks like he's having a fucking panic attack. Saturn version just isn't the same. Yeah, I also have a hard time enjoying the Saturn version soundtrack because I know that fucking Richard Jacques is a shithead. That said, it's not going to stop me from enjoying the Sonic R soundtrack because of explicitly fuck Richard Jacques. Whereas the Saturn version is just kind of like, music is nice. This guy sucks. Why is this... I love that dude. I'm assuming you're talking about the tiny robot and not Richard Jacques. But, yeah.
I'm not seeing any maps of the director's cut version anywhere. You might be on your own here, buddy.
That's fine. I will just have to investigate suspicious-looking walls.
Spin dash everything.
The spin dash has been really not that helpful in this game, if I'm being honest. The Saturn version is, from a game design perspective, better, just from the standpoint of you have a map, which would be a nice luxury to have been added in the director's cut version, but the Saturn version really just isn't it. Oh my god! Yeah, the Saturn version really just isn't the same, unfortunately. God damn it, I need to save my rings. Moving up slopes in this game is the worst fucking thing. Oh. Sounds like a dinosaur noise from a PC game. Oh. I know we mentioned this during Faces of Evil the other night, but I was talking about Evo, Search for Eden, but I forgot to mention the other Evo game, not like competitive Evo game, but the PC game that was originally... Oh my god. The old PC game that was originally exclusive to Japan, that was a semi-open world RPG where you just evolve into various creatures. Basically what Spore was saying that it was, but also there's a story, as opposed to just evolving over. Like the story of Evo, Search for Eden is, I don't remember the exact plot of the I think it's like the 5.8 million year or the it's the 14 billion year journey, I think is the subtitle for the first game. Or no, it's the 7 billion year journey. Whatever. It's a long journey, basically the existence of life.
Evo is a long ass journey.
Yeah. Oh, I just didn't have to collect any flickies for that. I guess we can go back to back to this stage if we want to get the
Okay.
I guess we'd have to do this one for that. Were you able to find anything?
Nope.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
Oh well. I guess I could go through this stage one more time. Replay level. Yeah. If I don't find it in the...
It would look like a walkthrough or something.
Yeah, of the director's cut version. It's a little tricky to find like a walkthrough for a specific mod. But yeah, the plot of Evo on the SNES is you are a little creature.
I
and
am.
Gaia, the embodiment of Earth, has decided that you are her specialist boy. And so she wants to her father, the sun, has decided that that all life on Earth will be in a competition to wed her, essentially. But she has already picked her favorite, which is you. And so she teaches you how to basically evolve yourself, and then she opens up like time portals and you travel through time and all that. It's very weird. At one point you can evolve into a human, and it's really fucking weird. There's aliens, and it's a very bizarre game, but it's also very grind heavy. I think from Snaker's video on both Evo games, overall I think he enjoyed the original PC game more, because Search for Eden was like more of an action game and not particularly satisfying once you get into the grind of it all. But the plot of the first game is also just buck fucking wild, and I don't want to actually spoil too much of it because it's so strange. Also, it's so complicated I can't remember it all off the top of my head. Just know that you can become, I believe the name of the species is, Homo Dinosaurus erectus, or Homo Dinosaurus sapiens. Basically a dinosaur man. It's fucking amazing. You can also evolve into a goblin. Like, just a straight up fantasy goblin.
Excellent.
Always a good sign. Hehe, erectus. Exactly. Oh, this is the entrance of the stage. That's incorrect. Never happened. That's false. I introduced my friend to that video the other day where it's just like a minute and a half of Jonathan Frakes telling you that you're wrong. And they absolutely hated it. It was very funny. It's fiction. It's untrue. This one was invented by a writer. It's so good.
Let's say just doing the time trial, and work the Chaos Emeralds.
totally fabricated. We made it up. Problem is that this map is very like there's no walls on this map in the
This is Panic Puppet Zone 1
yes.
here? Okay. I think you're close. Go up these stairs. So, no, stop. No. Okay.
It never
See that
happened.
little square there? That one plain square in the upper left? Spin dash right from there.
That's some bullshit. Knuckles, hi. Whoa, whoa! Fuck it.
Wah, wah.
I said quick load. Excuse me?
Not allowed, I guess.
I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
It's nightmarish.
I love the cute little red muted icon. Reactive in general is just very fun. I call a lot of things cute that, objectively speaking, probably wouldn't qualify, but I just think that design being good is cute.
Did you already get one on Gene Gadget?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the last one then.
I called a guitar cute earlier today.
Guitars can be cute.
Yeah, one of my favorite models of guitar at our store is the Yamaha FS800J. Or no, just FS800. It's basically a slim and cut down version of a fuller body guitar that we also carry in the store. But I love this smaller version so much because it's just it's just a more compact, modest version of a much larger and more traditional sized guitar, and there's just something very charming about that. Also, it's good for small people. I remember my dad was in the store one time, and he said, it looks like a pretty normal-sized guitar to me, and then I realized why he was thinking that, and that was because my coworker was holding it, and they're like 5 foot nothing. So it just looked like a regular proportioned guitar. No. No.
Oh, come on!
Come
98!
on. Come on! We can do this. We can do this. What would Moochie do?
98 again!
What would Moochie do? Not that.
Offer tea.
No, he would...
Oh, what
Oh,
was it?
wait,
It
no!
was,
He would offer a microwave
Is it-
dinner.
that's what it was, microwave dinner.
I can make microwave chicken cordon bleu. Oh, no! Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog was so good. No, come on. What would Missile do? Bark. Hell. Hell dimension. Hell dimension. Gathering rings back and forth forever.
Josephine torture.
Yeah, 250-point font. Hello! Accurate. .250-point font. With cat-like tread, upon our prey we steal.
Silence, tread.
I love that bit so much. Pirates of Penzance is such a fucking funny show. Like, even down to the base premise, just, oh, your birthday was on a leap day, so you're not 20 years old, you're 5. And that meant that he had to be in servitude to the pirate captain until he was actually. You don't know anything else about that show. I am the very modern Major General. I've information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I know the kings of England. I can quote the facts historical from marathon or water to an order categorical. I'm very well acquainted too with matters mathematical. I understand equations with the simple and quadratical. That by knowing the theorem, I am teeming with a lot of news. Let's see. With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. Many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. Many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. Many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. I'm very good at integral and differential calculus. I know the scientific names of beings and animalculus. In short, in matter, vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern Major General. Come on!
That was impressive.
If I remembered the first words to the second verse, I'd be able to go off of that. But I can't think of the next words. Look up what the first lines are. No!
I know our mythic history.
I know our mythic history from King Arthur to Caradox. I know our mythic history from, fuck. I'm gonna have to look it up again. I know
King Arthur's and Sir Caradox.
Sir Caradox. Now may not be the best time for this. Otherwise, I'm not gonna be able to focus on it. No!
One short. Yeah. And we did the cat-like tread song with my show choir. That's when it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's super fun.
They also, like, reworded some letters to just make fun of the other groups we were competing against. It was very
Oh,
silly.
that's so good. Now, I might not know all of Modern Major General off the top of my head because it's been a while, but I do know that friend, either you are closing your eyes to a situation you do not wish to acknowledge, or you are not aware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you've got trouble, my friend. Right here, I say trouble right here in River City. Why, sure, I'm a billiard player, so mighty proud to say I'm always mighty proud to say it. I consider that the hours I spend with a cue in my hand are golden. Help to cultivate horse sense, cool head, and a keen eye. Did you ever take and try and find an ironclad lead for yourself from a 3-rail billiard shot? Well, just as I say, it takes judgment, brains, and maturity to score in a balk-line game. I say that any boob can take and shove a ball in a pocket. And I call that sloth. The first big step on the road to the depths of degradé. I say first, medicinal wine from a teaspoon, then beer from a bottle. Whew. I could go on, but we have a video game to play. God damn. Where's the goal? Shit. I know our mythic history, King Arthur's into Caradox. I answer hard acrostics and then pretty taste with paradox. I can't remember the rest of it. I'd have to look it up. The best part is that the one line in it, I've a pretty taste for paradox, is particularly funny because it lampshades the entire show. Because the whole conceit of the main character being in indentured servitude until he turns 20 or 25 is specifically a paradox, because it doesn't matter that his birthday's on a leap day. Like, literally, that's not what the contract states. It's a paradox in a lot of ways, and it's just very funny. The whole show from beginning to end is so funny. Like, if you have a greater understanding of what operas were like at the time, it's especially funny. And whistle all the years from that infernal nonsense pinafore! Whistle all the years from that infernal nonsense pinafore! Whistle all the years from that infernal nonsense pinafore! Whistle all the years from that infernal nonsense pinafore! Which is especially funny because that was the previous work by those operetta writers, and they're making fun of their own work by saying that it's low art, and that the... Why is this going backwards?
Oh.
And when I know when I know just what is meant by Mamelon and Ravelin, when I can tell at sight a Mauser rifle from a javelin. That whole, every lyric in that is so clever. I'm stuck.
Door stuck! Door stuck!
Please! I beg you! There's the fucking exit. I beat this stage already. I just wanted to save that I got my Chaos Emerald. Ow! Actually, was it 6 emeralds, or was it 7? Like, obviously in the greater series it's 7, but like, I don't know if in this game they had 7 or not.
I mean, there should be 7.
Because I had 6 on that screen, so that means I missed one from a previous world.
You should get one in Gene Gadget Zone?
Actually, that might be the one that we're missing, actually. Yeah, you might have been right the first time. No, 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 no! Okay.
I'm standing on the conveyor belt for no reason.
It's very silly. Like earlier today when I was playing Persona 5, when I was navigating the subway underground, I went out of my way to just stand on the, like, I wasn't using the fast travel or anything, I was just walking everywhere. And I stopped and just stood on the escalator like a normal human being, instead of sprinting around like a madman or using the map button and skipping everywhere. It was very funny. Yeah, no, we missed it in Gene Gadget. Fuck.
Okay, so just go through the stage normally, I'll tell you when to stop.
Okay.
This stuff. I have to go to
This is Gene Gadget 2, for the record.
Okay, now go to Gene Gadget 2 on the walkthrough then. One.
I've decided... Fuck this stage.
Wanna go do 1 instead?
Yeah, I just gotta remember how to quit out of this. I don't think I can rewind far enough to go back to...
You go 40 seconds. Surely there just be a pause and back to menu, shouldn't there?
Not in these games.
Hmm.
And it's password based, so the game's not like I can't even just reset the console and do a save. Wow, it really does let me just go all the way back. Oh shit.
Oh.
Well, you know what I can do is I can just get a game over.
Just get shot in the face several times.
Alright, Act 1.
Just go through. It's in like the second or third area. Just go through for a little bit. Not even crazy hits, but it's kind of a little out of the way. Stop getting shot by an octopus.
Success. Hey, what? Bless you, I think.
That was a cough.
I still said bless you, though. Also, as long as I read Gomez's comment about Mammon and Ravelin, the whole point of the latter half of Modern Major General is especially funny because basically what it boils down to is that he's an intellectual person. He has no fucking idea how to be a general. And he's calling himself the, he's the perfect example of a modern Major General because the whole idea was that they were criticizing the fact that everyone, like, every high-ranking officer was basically just a fucking, like, foppy motherfucker that had no combat experience and was only just had medals and, like, fancy uniforms and nothing else. He had no experience.
Son of some nobleman, probably.
Exactly. That was the whole joke behind the general. It's very funny. Because there's a lot of things with operas, if you go back, like, and look at them, they are, a lot of time when you are analyzing them, people and it's the same thing when you're analyzing, like, Shakespeare in high school or whatever, people forget. Very often, this was not supposed to be super high art, or, like, it wasn't supposed to be taken super seriously. There were a lot of points where they were just trying to be fucking funny, and they were.
Shakespeare has so many dick jokes.
Shakespeare is so many dick jokes. He invented like 7 different words just to be immature about it. It'd be like if someone like stumbled upon like the videos that Brian David Gilbert made, and then just was like, ah, yes, this will be analyzed in my English class.
Okay, so right turn up here.
Especially his video where he reads all of the novels in Skyrim. That's one of my favorite videos.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Down to the left.
Bird, get.
Bird. Top left. That over there on that door on the top left right now.
Okay, I'm trying to... I did the same thing again. There we go. Hey,
And he's
Knuckles.
just over here. Does he have to take all of them?
He shouldn't have to, but he does. Doesn't... Backing up the bit clock a little bit, but does Knuckles live on government grants? No, he doesn't. We've established that he
I think
doesn't.
he hunts for his food with his bare hands.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. Nice.
Nice.
Mamelon was the nickname of Strategic Hill from the Crimean War.
So
It's
don't
French
read
for
chat
nipple.
while dodging spike balls.
Well, I gotta read chat now. This might just be because what I played earlier to test my controller, but now I'm thinking about just thinking about foppish like shit generals that aren't actually good at their job. I'm thinking about General Reza Zaydan from Hitman 1, and I'm thinking about the dance party minigame or the dance party secret that I kind of want to show that off at some point because it's so fucking funny.
Not tonight though. It's getting late.
Yeah, of course not. Hey, it's the
You
No Way
unlocked
song!
Super song.
Hang on, I gotta toggle into... Every time that I notice that Quark has disappeared from the call, I have to send a message making sure that she is aware of how much we appreciate her.
She's been gone for like 10 minutes.
I know, but I was focused. I was focused really hard. I never said that it would be an easy thing for me to notice, because the icons are kind of on the left side of my monitor. I'm at left side of my left monitor, which is obscured by my mic arm. Oh, wrong button. Whoa!
Yellow!
Piss man. That was cool. Not necessarily worth all the time it took, but, you know, whatever. Alright, final boss. I think.
And an Eggman on another weird suit.
As always. At least he's not floating this time.
Use supersonic here. Are there enough rings for it?
Nope. That's a tradition. You spend all your time gathering shit so that you can use supersonic, and then you can't even use it during the final boss.
What's the... Okay.
I mostly just wanted to collect all the Chaos Emeralds just to show I could. I cheated, to be clear, but, you know, I could. What is this vent here for?
That's Among Us.
Good job.
Yes.
Why did they call it oven when you oven the cold food of out hot eat the food?
Is he gonna survive long for his barrier to come up, or nothing you have to do?
No, there was something I had to hit earlier. There was like a little weak spot that appeared on the side.
We appear to have reached an impasse. Little blue spots on the side?
Slam your arm down. Okay, well I fucked that up. Excuse me?
Is it P2E spin dash? Nice.
What did I do the first time?
Wiki just says hit it.
What? Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't realize how old Pirates of Penzance was.
Yeah, no, it's from like 1890.
1879.
Yep. Yeah, there's a reason it's called an operetta and not a musical.
Yeah. I thought just based on the sense of humor, it was like relatively modern.
Well, that's the other thing is that it was like Rodgers and Hammerstein would not have their means of like the modern musical would not exist without Pirates of Penzance.
Hmm.
And the thing is that Pirates was also like criticized for being like low art. Like it was criticized for being like basically like a mockery of opera at the time. Basically.
That sounds accurate from what you've been saying about it.
And that is literally exactly what it was. And there were also just a lot of opera elitists that were just like, opera can't be in any language other than like German or Italian or French. Like it has to be in a language that the audience can't fucking understand it. Otherwise it's not true art.
Just like Catholicism.
Yeah. I have some opinions on that. Oh my god.
Boing. Hi, Len.
Hey, Len. Welcome back.
just stood there and took that.
It's really hard to get your momentum going. What? Okay, well, I just blew
Oh.
up.
One arm down.
That was remarkably easy once I figured it out.
That's just for her first phase.
Of course. Oh, that's what the
Vent.
gate's for.
Sonic vented.
Sus. Uh. Ugh. Ow. Owie.
Ow.
Ah, it's not so bad. I can start over. You're not walking across the stage fast enough, Sonic. Fast enough, Phonic? Yes.
Sonic to stage left.
The inconsistency of the rings bouncing around really annoys me.
Just don't get hit then. You don't have to look at him.
Also, the inconsistency of that hitbox.
Yeah.
I'm gonna quick save between phases, I think.
Alright. Onward to the fire! Not a very long vulnerability period.
No, it's not. Shit, my ring!
No! If you look, they should have put a ring on it! Oh, come on.
Got him.
Okay.
DJ Octavio.
Or bouncing.
Where's all the peepus? Where's all the peepus? Peepus room. Okay, hang on. You know what? I gotta change something. Input options. My mouse cursor. Quick load is gonna be replaced with oop, hang on.
Uh-oh.
Wait, hang on.
What?
Nothing. I was thinking, did it save halfway through the fight? I don't remember, or if it was just me doing the quick load. I'm pretty sure it was just me doing the quick load. What the fuck? Hang on, let me see. Where is this invulnerability? There we go. Okay, so it's hitting the base of the arm. That's bullshit. The rings despawning is really starting to get on my fucking nerves.
Would it be pick them up only one at a time?
They just disappear. Like, straight up, they just fall through the world, or they just vanish. It is midnight. Come on, no!
Ah.
There! Is that it?
He's dead!
It better be it. Holy shit. Prepare to fight the final weapon. This is not going to be nearly as hard. This is what I thought it was.
The final weapon. It's an egg!
Final boss of Eggs of Steel.
It is one of those things, isn't it?
Intruder. Alert, alert. Oop.
Goodbye.
You killed Eggman, so now he's gonna kill you.
You need to wait till it moves forward before you can hit it.
Oh, almost certainly, but I'm just very impatient at this point. Oh, there's no rings in this phase.
Woo!
Owie. A lot of the sound effects in this game are taken from the other classic games.
Sound the dolphin makes in the Pikmin 1 intro.
Also believable.
Gotta wait. Patience, dude. There you go.
I wasn't sure if he actually did float forward in this phase or not.
This is a small platform.
This is a neat final boss design, not gonna lie. My rings!
shit.
Come on, man.
Punch it.
Move fast, eat ass.
Pew 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 pew.
That's not the jump button, that's the spin dash button.
That was unfortunate.
Got him.
Now watch the fire. You were standing directly in front
Yeah,
of
that
it.
was entirely on me.
Now it's time for hands.
Fuck hands, Big Mike. Speaking of hands, that reminds me, I've got, that's a secret, actually.
Hands. You have hands.
I do have hands.
Big if true.
Got him.
Shut on.
Oh, you bitch.
Well, that's fairly straightforward to dodge at least.
Got him. Hey, hey! Yeah, no, that ring just straight up vanishes, if you see.
Yeah. Is that something you can't just pick up the same ring over and over again?
That's always been the case in the Sonic games. That has been, like, the main means of surviving boss fights. I think it's just a case of shitty hitboxes and items just straight up clipping through the floor. I'm just gonna start rewinding because I don't want this fight to take all night.
Right now. Do it again!
Oh my god, really? On the same rings? Six rings to do all of this?
Mm-hmm.
And they fucking clip through the floor every goddamn chance I get. Is it twice or 3 times?
It's twice.
Thank God. That would add up to the standard amount of hits that an Eggman boss usually takes, which is 8.
Well, this time that's 10.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Whoa!
I pushed the jump button.
The missile should be easy. But patience is not.
I got greedy. Got him.
Now, where's the last one? He says you're safe if you stand in the corner. I don't know what corner he's referring to. Because none of these corners look particularly safe.
Not that one.
Yeah. Behind it, maybe?
Yep.
Rad.
Yay!
He's
we did
dead!
it! By cheating! To be clear, I very much cheated. This was not a legit playthrough, but I don't care.
I'm cheating!
Pew! Sonic T-pose to victory. Yay!
Yay!
Out of the flicky dimension. Thank you, Sonic. You saved us from Robotnik. We are grateful for your efforts. I just did what I wanted to do. Nobody messes with my friends. See ya! The Flickies have been freed. Peace and freedom came back to Flicky Island again.
What is I just did what I wanted to do supposed to mean there? The
You've unlocked
secret
the
level
secret-
select option?
Okay.
You've been level selecting this whole time! Is that a holdover from before the director's cut?
John Burton.
John Burton!
John Burton's the guy that also put together the ROM hack for the director's cut. Again, extreme power move to enter a ROM hack of your own game into the Sonic hacking contest. I don't think it won anything significant in the way that they normally do, but the fact that he did it is still super cool.
Power move.
Yeah, like, if someone was, like, really dedicated to this game, which not many people are because it's not, you know, the best at the end of the day, if there was someone that was really dedicated to this game, they could take the idea of, I take it to mean, look at the stuff I want to do, just so happens I like helping people from, like, yeah, no, it makes sense. But, like, I think if there was someone that was really, really passionate about this game, they could take this as a basis and then, like, add stuff like the map from the Sega Saturn version, or like, you know, fix the fucking rings.
Alright, if you don't know the Chaos Emerald, you don't get to fight that last boss.
Yeah, I
Just
did know about that. Alright.
Yay! 55%!
I gotta go to bed? Well, good, I do too.
Good night, folks. Go get your sleeps.
Yeah, so I believe the Oh yeah, no, that's Sonic tokens. That's what those things on the bottom are.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe night. All right, let's see. I'm gonna check something. Let's see who's live. All right, I think we're just gonna call it a night. So thank you all very much for tuning in. This was fun. So I guess tune in next time for one of three things: either Ghost Trick, if we all get the schedule lined up, the Hitman 2 DLC, or Sonic Adventure, which I haven't played in a good while. So I hope you'll join me. So, with that note, I'm gonna hit the stop button. Thank you all for watching.
Good night.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.